Yeah, so when they're coming, just give me as much heads up, you know, paddle them out, and if you can tell if it's going to be a left or right, that helps.
Alright.
Alrighty then.
That sounds good. There's a wave right here. Turn to the right a little bit.
First one! Called it out perfectly.
At Thomas Anderson J50 said, I watch your show all the time, bro. Blind guy unboxing.
What's up? Good tune. Good surfing, right?
3 feet to the right, it was already broken. 3 feet to the left, it wouldn't have any power. I could hear you the whole way. You're like, right, left, right there.
That's me out there with Frankie Seeley. Getting into the show shortly. Rocking out to some surfing. Thanks for joining me. Pete Gustin here. The Blind Surfer.
I literally don't know if she was saying go, 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 or no, no, no. But I win.
She said, go, 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 apparently. I wasn't sure if it was go, go, go or no, 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 but we'd gone to a spot where there was not a lot of people, so I figured go, go, go was going to be the call there. What's up, everybody? It's the Blind Surfer Show, live. I'm Pete Gustin, starting off the show with a little bit of surfing like we've been doing lately. That was a session when I was out there with Frankie Seeley, pro surfer. Her boyfriend at the time was with us, Hunter Hartman. He was out there catching air on tiny, tiny little waves. Don't know exactly how he pulled that off, but he's an incredible surfer. And all my coaches for the day were away. There was no Nisha, there was no Josh, there was no one to take me out. So I kind of went on Instagram and started looking for like popular surfers. And I figured, hey, maybe I get some popular surfer to take me out surfing. And Frankie is one of the only female surfers who competes in longboard and shortboard. And sure enough, she came down from Orange County to take me out there. I feel like it's got to be a little intimidating taking me out, not because I'm good, not because I'm really good, but being like, you know, I'm in their hands. Like, I'm in the ocean. I don't know what's going on. You tell me what to do. I don't need a lot of instruction. Like, if you saw the beginning of that clip, hold on one second, and let's just say...
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
You know, all I need from the coach out there is, one, to put me in a good spot so we can avoid, you know, disaster running into other people. But basically just tell me when a wave's coming and tell me when to go. And that's what she did. She got me in some good waves out there. That was a pretty fun day. We are live on Twitch in both formats, vertical and horizontal. You just have to click the little button and it'll give you whichever feed that you desire to see the most. I'm here with Sam the Chicken. It's his second to last appearance on the show ever. I mean, he might make some guest appearances in the future, but he's getting replaced as of next week, and I'll give you some more information on that. Also on Facebook, Blind Surfer Pete Gustin. We are on YouTube at Blind Surfer, horizontal and vertical, and of course on TikTok until they think I've said something that I'm not supposed to say and they boot me off. You guys are here via the chat. Hopefully, if you got stuff to say, it'll be popping up. There we go.
Said that's a wonderful way to find people to surf with you.
It is. Just going on Instagram and being like, hey, want to surf with me? It worked. I mean, I got a couple million
At
followers on
Thomas
YouTube.
Dickerson R5Y said you motivate me.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thomas Dickerson R5. I appreciate that. As you can tell, I got the text-to-speech lady going there. That's Jenny, the text-to-speech lady. I've got another one, which I've been using a lot lately. But the robot voice, the last show that I did, which was crazy. I was sitting out there in the pool with you guys for like 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I had more viewers. I felt weird. I felt like I was doing a weird show. I had over.
At Leland L42 said hola Pete.
Hola, Leland L42. What's going on? So yeah, when you guys have a comment to say, it'll get read out loud. So long as I have that screen up, not every comment gets read. But if
At
I
Manny Melcher M60
What up,
said
Manny?
I love you RYT vids. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So if I got this button pressed right here, your messages will get read. And that button I just pressed mutes them because I want to complete a thought. But yeah, I was out there in the pool. And first of all, I felt weird doing a YouTube show with nothing but a bathing suit on, but you guys didn't seem to mind too much. Over 7,000 people tuned in on YouTube. So maybe I'll go back out to the pool at some point in the future. But I remember at one point some woman chimed in the comments and she's like, "What is the context of this show?" And I was like, that is a good question. If you're just tuning in and I'm just like sitting here in my bathing suit, sitting on an inflatable peacock, listening to text-to-speech messages, what is the context of that show? I'll be with you here tonight for, I don't know, we've been going for about, me and Sam the chicken over there. I've been going for about 2 hours lately because the chats have been exciting. The questions have been good. Good to hear from you guys. Lots of stuff to talk about. Oh, and the surfing world has been put back to rights, as I am once again not the most popular surfing channel on the planet. It is once again Jamie O'Brien. Although the numbers don't play that out, he has 1.33 million subscribers and I have 2.5. But I told you a couple weeks ago, I started getting hit up by a bunch of surfing brands that something in the ethos of AI data gathering just realized that my channel was called Blind Surfer Pete Gustin, and the data points just kind of read as me being the most popular surfing channel in the world. And I started getting hit by these advertisers that were like, "Hey, since you're the most popular surfing channel on the planet," but I've been told by actual surfers and actual surfing channels that I don't count. Why I don't count, I don't know, because maybe I don't compete. I don't compete. But something in the world of SEO, search engine optimization, or something out there was quote unquote put right, because if you ask any of the AI models who has the most popular surfing channel this week, it's back to being Jamie O'Brien, which is exactly how the surfing world likes it. I mean, they say my channel doesn't count, but I'm putting out one full surfing video a week, every week on Tuesday. You can check out a full, huge surf session. I also show off 2 full surf sessions at the beginning of every live show on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I feel like I'm putting out a lot of surfing content. So to say that my channel doesn't count is a bit of a bummer. I mean, I guess I get the distinction, but I mean, I'd like to see any of these real surfers try and do what I do, surf blind. I don't know if they'd be able to paddle out past the break, let alone get up on a wave and ride it. So I think what I do should count, but not in the eyes of the surfing industry, unfortunately. I'm going to be with you here, like I said, for a while tonight. If you got
Blind Warrior 822
Blind
said
Warrior
might not be able to last long here.
All right, Blind Warrior.
Wi-Fi is trying to bug out.
Well, hopefully it's your
Got a
Wi-Fi,
bad
not my
start heading
Wi-Fi.
Southeast Bama.
All right, well, stick around for as long as you can.
At Joni BC said nice, Stuart.
Nice, Stuart. The way that robot lady says it makes me think
Beast
of
Boy
Borat.
Nation said, hey Pete, waving hand emoji, how's it going?
Good, Beast Boy Nation. I got a waving hand,
Dank
like a
Fango
real
420
waving hand
said
coming
it's my
back at
dad's
you.
birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Dank MF Angels dad.
At
Happy
Lamoto
birthday
2011 said,
to
are you
you.
blind?
What kind of a
At Joni BC said, that was very well done.
I don't know what was well done, but like, am I blind?
At the Mass
Yep.
the Train 12 said
Yep.
hi.
I'm blind surfer. I'm blind. It's so weird. Like I say,
At Thomas Anderson J50 said, do you ever go fishing?
Mr. Anderson. I do not go fishing. I've told the story of when I used to drop line fish as a kid. I had some gross experiences. I mutilated a sunfish. I caught a gross eel. I hooked a snapping turtle by once. I did not have a lot of good experiences fishing. And these days, I can't stand fishers. It's not really their fault. They're just doing their thing. But there's always fishers with like lines off the pier, and it's like I'm magnetically pulled towards the pier these days. And whoever I'm with is like paddle, paddle, paddle north. There's like a line. There's a line near you, and that'll be like to not see the fishing line and to get caught by a fishing line and get a hook caught in my calf or toe or face or something like that. It's literally one of my nightmares. I do not want to get caught by a hook. And the one thing I can't stand is like when we've set up shop on a certain break, like me, it happens to me and Brooks a lot for some reason, where if we're just like surfing at one spot and we got a good break and the same wave is kind of coming in and all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, some fish are basically just set up right in front of us. And I don't get the thought process of the fisherman there. Like he comes down to the beach or she comes down to the beach and sees two surfers and like, you know what? I'm just going to cast right in front of those guys. Kind of drives me nuts because I obviously can't. I mean, other surfers, I guess you could technically surf in front of a fisher if you could see where the line was, but I don't, and I don't want to accidentally surf into it. So we either got to paddle way away or get out of the beach and move. But I don't understand why people do set up in front of me so often. Maybe they figure they see all the cameras and they're like, hey, somebody will videotape me surfing.
I didn't know you streamed.
I do stream. It's funny.
And Morgan's master fisherman said, hey.
Hey, oh, it's a fisherman right there. Unless it happens to be your last name, but yeah, I guess I'm going after fishers, but because I don't want to end up on the end of you guys' hooks. That sounds like a terrible nightmare to me. Josh, my very first surf coach ever, he used to he used to coach
At
surf
Joni
camps.
BC said Morgan, yes, I will remove / timeout anyone who is rude and making the chat community less fun.
That is true. Joni's the boss. Joni's the
At
chat
Thomas
cop.
Anderson J50 said that is just rude.
I don't, yeah, just setting up in front of people. But like, so he was coaching a surf clinic for little kids, and some fisherman decided to set up relatively close to all these kids that were surfing, and his hook got caught in a kid. Josh told me the kid was like 10, 12 years old, and the hook went in the kid's toe and came out his nail. And Josh was not equipped. I mean, he was only like 16, 17 at the time, just helping out at the surf camp. And he had to get like someone else to come over because, fishing hooks, they're like barbed at the end. So it went through the toe, came out the nail, and I don't know, surgery, or maybe they pushed it further through and cut the barbed end of the hook off and then pulled it through. I mean, it just sounds awful. So yeah, fishers and surfers don't exactly mix. If you want to get your message read,
Thomas Anderson
what up, Thomas?
J50 said, no, you're dealing
Anderson.
with buttholes. Those aren't real fishermen in my butt.
Okay, in your butt. They're not. I don't think you meant to
At the
say
Golden
in your
Hero
butt.
said, ow.
I think you meant to say
Poor
in your
kid.
mind. Yeah, the poor kid. Poor kid comes to San Diego to do like a surfing adventure and ends up getting caught on the end of a fishing hook. Sounds absolutely terrible. Today is the last day of June. July, of course, next month starts tomorrow. What is it? International or National Ice Cream Month. The whole month is dedicated to ice cream. I feel like my microphone's a little loud if I'm blowing it up. Apologies. So they did a big poll, and they tried to figure out what's the favorite ice cream state by state and nationally. And what they did is they grabbed all the Google data. Yeah, that's probably the same data that said I was the number one surfing channel and then said I wasn't the number one surfing channel. But they grabbed all the data, people searching ice cream, or maybe people said they liked ice cream, or whatever data they gathered. And 15 of the 50 United States said, guess out of all the flavors of ice cream out there, out of all the many, many, many flavors of ice cream out there, the most popular one, take a guess in your head before I tell you, was I mean, there's so many exciting flavors and there's so many boring flavors, but the state that I'm in right now, California, was one of the 15 in the United States that propelled the super exciting flavor of strawberry ice cream, the number one choice for people nationwide.
Said, hi, I love your videos.
Thank
You
you.
are such a cool guy.
I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. That's Jenny,
At
the chat
Morgan's
lady.
master fisherman
Ooh.
asks, I have a question.
Yes, Morgan's master fisherman.
How do you use your computer?
How do I use my computer? I'll answer that in a minute. I mean, I've answered it before, but I'll answer it again.
At HS_hype tipped $4.99 through Super Chat. I caught a peak low anyway. I pressure washed both my aunt's and uncle's house and made $250 in 2 hours. I am proud of myself.
Nice. That's some good work right there. HS hype. I appreciate you've been in like all the streams lately. It's good to hear your voice. Appreciate the super chat. If you do $3 or more on YouTube, it'll get the message read out loud immediately, instantaneously, just like that. 250 for 2 hours is pretty good. Banana, she does the pressure washing around here. She does a lot of the chores you might expect the dude to do. I don't. She grabs the pressure washer. I remember once she was pressure washing. I had a Trex deck. You know that like composite wood that's not real wood. It was either Trex or Azek, and we were getting ready to sell my house in the Boston area. And she decided she wanted to clean up the deck. So she went and bought one of those like serious heavy duty pressure washers from Home Depot, or not bought it, but she rented it. She brought the thing home and it just happened to have it on like, I don't know. I don't even know if she had it on full blast, but whatever it was relatively powerful. And she did like 3 lines up and down the Trex deck and like dug grooves in the composite decking. It was like, whoa, this stuff cannot handle that much pressure. And I was kind of surprised. I mean, that decking, it's supposed to lifetime guarantee, last forever, looks better than wood, lasts longer, no maintenance. But like, yeah, you can't power wash it because you just destroy the stupid deck, I guess. Out here we have a redwood deck, and that's not getting destroyed by pressure washing. But yeah, congratulations on finding some cool work to do and getting some quick money on that. How do I use my computer? I mean, it's text to speech. Text to speech. The answer to basically anything related to technology. If anybody is asking a question like, how does a blind guy X related to technology? The answer is always just text to speech. Plus, I knew I was losing my eyesight at a very early age, and I had enough eyesight that I could navigate a computer on my own. I remember when Casey Neistat was here, and he was doing he was filming me for the collaboration video that we did, and I showed him. I work. It's funny, everybody works on these cinematic monitors these days, these long monitors. In my voiceover booth, I'm still working on a 17 by 17 inch monitor, not because I can see it, but because I understand the vectors of where it is. I usually throw the mouse to the top right and then move it a certain distance to the middle. And I asked Casey while he was there, I'm like, is the mouse in the middle of the screen? And he's like, yeah, basically dead middle. And that's how I kind of orient myself. And I use Pro Tools, and I can kind of edit by hearing what I'm hearing. And I know where all the prompts are because, I used to work with the computer when I could still see. And I just kind of move the mouse around now, and text to speech, when I'm over something, will read it to me out loud. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little more time consuming, but not in the programs that I'm super familiar with. I'm extraordinarily efficient. Extraordinarily efficient on the computer. Imagine if you didn't have to look at all the stuff that you did and you could just do it. I mean, I play the computer like a piano, almost like I play this thing here and the other one next to me, all the stream decks. Just press buttons and things happen. So that is how I.
Dangfangle420 said, I told my dad Optimus Prime told him happy birthday, Peach, you're his favorite corrector.
I'm his favorite corrector. I'm probably not a corrector.
At Morgan's Master Fisherman said, is Casey 9 stay blind?
No, Casey Neistat is not blind. He's an extraordinarily popular YouTuber, one of the OG YouTubers. I think he's like at 14 million videos now. He did tell me when he reached out, when he said he wanted to do the video on me, it would have been very difficult for him to see the mouse in the middle of the screen if he were blind. I guess he dated a blind girl a while ago. And Dank MF Angel, I meant to bring it in here. Maybe I'll bring it tomorrow. He said, Optimus Prime, which is one of the characters I played, wished him a happy birthday. But somebody out there knows that I also... Is that Skylar? Skylar, are you around? I hear your little caller. Where are you? No, I thought I heard Skylar in here. I'd invite her up on the couch if she were here, but I don't think she is here. I'm imagining things. God, I swear I heard her. I played, Jabba the Hutt a while ago, and I did a blind guy unboxing today, opened it up, and it was the coolest Jabba the Hutt toy. I can't wait for you guys to check out. So my schedule for blind guy unboxing is Saturdays, and I was kind of contemplating not doing the blind guy unboxing on Saturday because it's the 4th of July. And I'm like, I don't want to, blind guy unboxing is like a very, very popular video series that I do. And I want to put it on Saturday when everybody's like busy eating hot dogs, hamburgers, celebrating America 250 and watching fireworks. But I figured I'll stick to the schedule. So I'll put that one out on Saturday. I mean, kind of spoiling it, kind of giving you a little teaser, but it was like and the thing seemed extraordinarily expensive. Like it was not a cheap toy. Somebody sent me a very expensive Jabba the Hutt toy. And I'll bring it in tomorrow. You guys can check it out live, and Brooks can see it. It felt like it was gonna be something else at first. It was a bit long, a bit floppy, a bit squishy, but ended up being one of my favorite things that I got. It's a super chat coming in on
At
YouTube.
HS_hype tipped $4.99 through super chat. Bro, you would hate me. I changed everything on our pick for a day. LOL, just as a joke.
Yeah, well, changing everything, or someone put in my video, and they don't spend all your $250 in super chats. I mean, I do appreciate it, but anybody is welcome to do a super chat. $3 or more, it'll get read out loud. If you're over on Twitch, which I highly, just short of begging you to go over there, get over to Twitch, hit me up at Pete Gustin, because you can save yourself a buck, and you can get the messages read out loud with 200 bits on Twitch. So Twitch is at Pete Gustin, and if you follow over there, some fun noises and stuff happen. Yeah, the video that I was talking about where I rebroadcast, or I did the clip of Banana moving this surfboard around on me, which I think is back to the position it was in. But HS Hype there was just talking about moving stuff around. And someone said, I don't necessarily know if it's funniest joke. So in that video, someone was like, how did Helen Keller's mother punish her? She moved the furniture around in the house. And it's funny, not funny. Like I can't expect everything in this house to be where it's supposed to be, because I got dogs.
At L.T._Iron Fox tipped $3 through super chat.
LT.
Did you get another expensive box?
Well, I emailed you, LT, because you had emailed me. I got 3 boxes at the UPS store on Saturday. We went down there with Banana, and if there is supposed to be a skateboard, that has not arrived. You told me in an email that you'd put that in the mail. So if you have your access to your email, check your email and maybe write back to me. Let me know if there's a tracking number. Let me know if there was a confirmation. Let me know if you think it was delivered, because we went down there. We had 3 packages to pick up. We picked up the 3 packages, and none of them were a skateboard. But anybody wants to send something for a Blind Guy unboxing, you can go to any of my unboxing videos, and it has the address 300 Carlsbad Village Drive, Suite 108A, number 278, Carlsbad, California, 92008. And I will do my best to have some fun with that and put out the Blind Guy unboxing video. Sorry, I'm getting a notification. Maybe it's someone emailing me back. There's so many voices in my head. I just have voices in my head all day. I did that video a little while ago of like, what would I like to see if I could see again? And I mean, I covered that already. But the biggest advantage, or the biggest like joy of not having to or of being able to see, would be like not having to do text to speech anymore.
At TH3 Lone Wolf 1997 said hi.
What up, Lone Wolf? There's a lot of wolves. When I started,
At Johnny BC said thanks to everyone who donated.
Yes, thank you to everyone. I appreciate that. I don't know what you donated to. Are you donating to me? The Pete Fund.
At Anastasia 7267
Anastasia?
said hello from Wyoming.
Hi from Wyoming. Wyoming, I've heard Wyoming is beautiful. It'd be mildly lost on me, but I've heard it's a very beautiful state. What was I about to say? I always sidetrack myself. I don't know what I was in the middle of talking about. Oh, that's what the text to speech. If I could see again, like I would grab all
At
my
Montana
devices.
McInnes 9352 said love your videos.
Thank you, appreciate that. That's kind of funny. We had someone from Wyoming, and then the next name was Montana, which my geography kind of sucks, but I'm pretty
At
sure
Una
those are
Kibiko
close to each
said
other.
hi.
Said hi. What's going on? I learned while I was in the pool, while I was doing the live, that I guess when you join. Like as soon as you join the stream on YouTube, there's a little button you can press and it'll say said hi. So my text to speech reader says it as a said hi, which kind of always cracked me
At
up.
Sadabor said hey you.
Yeah, hey you.
Glad you're here.
What's going on?
At Steph Krista said hi from the UK waving hand emoji flag emoji.
Hi all the way over there in the UK. I do a fair
Thomas
amount
Anderson,
of
J50 said, but out of being in the concrete hearing crickets and everything else a lot of white noise, I can slightly focus on certain frequencies because they stands out more over the other noises.
Okay, that sounds mildly random. I'm sure that was part of a conversation I wasn't paying attention to. So I had been, hold on, I'm going to get back to the UK work in a second. So I had been putting up this.
Because they stands out more over the other noises.
Okay, I've been putting up that
Joni
text to
BC says
speech.
please like and subscribe.
It's more
@SarahCam7808 says, hey guys.
real time. There's Sarah. What's going on?
1997 says, I've been subscribed for a while, and what's odd is that I live in Alaska, but sometimes I wish I can surf. I mean, there a pond nearby.
I mean, I don't know if you can surf in a pond.
7808 says, LT, hey friend.
So do you guys?
Justin Dahl says the only way I could do that was if you had to do a lot more than that. I could just go to a bank or something like that.
A bank or something
Bitcoin
like that.
Bernoulli says, said hi.
Hi, there's a ton of messages coming through on this thing.
2897 says, said hi.
So that's the I've got two text-to-speech options. That's the one. It has it up on the screen and it's saying it.
At Dustin Dahl said the only way I could do that was if you had to do
this
a
one
lot
starts
more
to
than
fall
that I
behind.
could just go to a bank or
But this one's
something
more
like that.
pleasant. Like, don't you like the sound of
At
this
Bitcoin
lady?
Bernoulli said hi.
Said hi. Like, I don't know. My whole
At
life
only
is.
2897 said hi.
I don't necessarily care.
At
Like,
Rira
what up,
4978 said hi, Sarah.
To me, like text to speech, it's just text to speech. You know, it's kind of how I had to learn to become a voice actor without being able to read copy. I started having to teach myself that the text to speech input was just input. Like when you guys or the sighted people out there are reading, like the words are just input. Like if you see THE space CAR, it's the car. And that's input. Your eyes see it, and then you know the words and you know what to say. You know, I had to train my brain so that when I'm hearing text to speech, it's nothing but just input.
Dustin Dahl said, I don't think so. I don't think I have a problem getting the kids out of school and then going to school to go back to work and then.
Okay. Dustin's talking about his work day or dealing with the kids and stuff. So that text to speech is just input to me. But when I very first started it, I was hearing like the inflection of the voice and the speed of the voice. And, you know, I'd been losing my eyesight and I was trying to figure out a way that I could voice act. And so I would put my scripts into a text reader and it would be like, tonight on CBS, it is a murder mystery like no other. And then I would literally be like trying to repeat after. I'd be like, tonight on CBS, it is a murder mystery like no other. And because I was repeating after what I was hearing. But eventually I just had to teach myself that it was just input. You know, those words I'm not meant to repeat after them. I'm not supposed to sound like them. I'm not even supposed to follow their cadence. They're just words that I then have to act out on my own. So to me, the voice of the text to speech doesn't necessarily matter. When I'm doing voice acting, I kind of prefer a crappier voice because if it's more realistic and more human, then maybe I would have a bit of a tendency to kind of want to follow its inflection. So I kind of like the crappy one, but I know when I was in the pool, and it was this voice.
Show fandom universe, etc. At Anastasia 7267 says sweet.
Like
at Subscribeta Halagu I7 says yes, they do get ready out.
Yeah, I mean I know they get
Thomas
read out,
Anderson
but
G50 says yeah, my phone don't understand me well. Don't know if it doesn't understand my Kentucky accent or I'm just not speaking plainly enough. Sorry, I'm random.
Yeah, the Kentucky
Johnny
accent
BC
can
says at Sean Bingham. Not every
mess with
comment
the
is read. The
text-to-speech.
comments are from 5 different sources. Not everything comes through.
Yes, the comments are from all over the place, and it depends on whether or not I've pressed the button to make them come up. So that way that I've got it up right now, you guys can see them
says.
and hear them. But it's a pretty crappy.
SarahCam 7008.
Oop, that
At SarahCam7808 tip $3 through Super Chat.
Thanks, Sarah.
Please like, subscribe, and Super Chat.
Look
Hey,
at
Pete.
Yo. Look at Sarah spending $3 just to tell you guys to help me out. I appreciate that. Sarah's the best. But yeah, I'm curious as to you as to whether or not you guys like or dislike either of the voices. I mean, to me, the one that
Plainly enough, sorry, I'm random.
yeah, okay, that's the Kentucky person. Dang old Kentucky.
At Joni BC said at Sean Bingham, not every comment is read.
Okay, so this
The
one's
comments
also a
are
little
from
bit
5
behind.
different.
So the comments are coming through. I don't know if Facebook comments get read in real time. I use a program called Caster Labs Caffeinated, and they might, I'm not entirely sure, but I know that they get read from both YouTube versions. So I'm a YouTube vertical and horizontal. It gets read from TikTok vertical, and it gets read from Twitch horizontal and vertical. So they all get aggregated into my text-to-speech program, but I have to press the button. People have asked me before, they're like, why don't you just put an earpiece in and listen to all the comments for the entire show? And like, if I was listening to comments and trying to get my thoughts together and talk to you guys, like, I wouldn't be able to get through 2 sentences. It would drive me crazy. So I kind of like putting the text to speech up so that you guys can hear it and know what I'm responding to. And plus, I think it's more fun for you guys if you type in your message and then you hear the text to
Edits
speech
Bananas
lady read it.
87 said
Hey,
cheeseburger.
what up, bananas? Bananas and
At
cheeseburgers.
Leia
Two of my
Champney said,
favorite
do you
things.
like cats?
I don't. I mean, I had
At
cats.
Dustin Dahl said the only way I could do that was to go in the morning and take the car out and get it fixed
I don't know
before
what
I go to
Dustin's
work.
doing. Dustin's trying to get like his whole schedule like
At Joni
organized
BC
here.
said Sarah is awesome.
Sarah is awesome. I mean, I can't say I don't like cats but cats are the reason I have a dog. I forget how old I was, but I got my first cat when I got my first condo, and I was allowed to like have an animal, have a pet in my condo. And I got this really cute little orange and white cat, and he was super fun. His name was Kaz, and he was adorable, and he was really friendly, and like he liked to hang out. Like he was a cat that hung out. Seriously, like when my friends came over, like I'd sit on one side of the couch, my friend would sit on the other side, and Kaz would like sit between us. I'm like, this is a cool cat. But I was at oh geez, what was hold on, getting an emergency notification. Not an emergency, but Lee is checking in. We're gonna find that package hopefully. But I was working a fair amount, and I thought it would be nice of me for me to get my cat another cat, so the two of them could like keep each other company. Like if I was alone all day, I'd like to hang out with somebody. So I went and got another cat. I got this gray. What was he like? Gray and black. He had kind of crazy coloring. Like his underbelly was kind of like green. Like everybody else with better eyesight than me at the time. I could still see a little, but other people like, yeah, that cat's got like some green hair on him. And that cat ended up just being a dick. His name was Tut, and the first cat, the orange cat, had staked out like all his favorite spots in the house, like the back of the couch, the top of the scratching contraption that he used to hang out on, this part of the bed, a certain part windowsill. Like he had all his favorite spots. And we brought the new cat into the house, and he was just a dick. Like he would just constantly. He got bigger and fatter than the orange cat, and he'd be pushing the orange cat out of his spots and kind of bullying him all the time. I'm like, this sucks. Now I feel bad for the orange cat. But then I moved out of that place, and I got this huge house in the suburbs of Boston. I mean, it was huge. And it was me and the two cats, and like they finally just like went their separate ways. Like you take this part of the house, I'll take this part of the house. But I started working from home in 2012 after a really bad bike accident that I had, where my boss finally let me just work from home and stop trying to like ride my bike through the city of Boston when I couldn't see. And I was kind of lonely in that house, to be honest with you. And the orange cat would come in and hang out with me every once in a while in the studio where I was working. Like every once in a while I'd pop in and be like, yeah, you're alive, and then he'd go do his own thing. And one day, I think I'd gone through a breakup, or I don't know, just feeling like particularly lonely, like not having the greatest day. And the orange cat like comes walking in to my office, and I just needed the company. I was like, oh, cool, like he's coming in to visit, and I thought like he was gonna come and hop up in my lap like he did every once in a while, and he just kind of looked at me, and he turned around and walked away. And I yelled at him as he was leaving. I was like, I'm getting a dog. And because I'd started working from home full time, I was like, that was the one thing holding me back from getting a dog. I always thought people that like got a dog and left it at home in a crate for like 8 or 9 hours a day was just like mean. Like that's not cool. But I was working from home full time. And because that one day the orange cat decided to just snub me, he's like, no, I'm not going to hang out with you. I said, I'm getting a dog. And so I started doing my research, trying to figure out what kind of a dog I wanted. And I ended up on Doberman Pinscher. And about a year later or so, Superdog came into my life. And that's how I got him. The dog and the two cats coexisted for a while. I mean, it's a good thing that house is big. They all kind of had like their different spaces, but eventually it was just me and Superdog. That was a follow on YouTube, I guess. If you follow on YouTube, that should pop up. I think that's Skylar's face. That's my little 9.5 pound Malshi. If you follow on Twitch, which it's been quiet tonight, come on, anybody has Twitch and you haven't followed me yet, head over there and hit me up at Pete Gustin. If you follow me there, Steve, my dog Steve's head pops up. If you subscribe over there, it's me riding a banana. And like I said, you can do a super chat. Well, the equivalent of a super chat. You can get your message read out loud if you do 200 bits or more over
Montana
on Twitch.
McInnes 9352 said, I work from home and my cat spends all day with me at my desk.
Well, lucky you.
She likes to lay on my keyboard.
No, my cat had no interest in hanging out with me, like at all. Neither of them. The two cats that I had in this big giant house, they just like get their own their own little spaces together and had no interest in hanging out with me. But Superdog was great. He'd hang out with me all day long. And I used to, when I first got him, I had a little more freedom to my workday. Like I could take like 10 or 15 minutes. I'd go outside and chuck a frisbee for him. If
At Rhymes with Greg Q9Z said, "Hi Pete.
Hi, I wonder what rhymes
Just
with
want to
Greg
say thank you for being an inspiration.
Q9Z. Oh, well,
I have a physical disability, and you make me realize there is much more that I can still do."
that's good to hear. That was one of the
At
very
Christy.Marie1024 said, "Hi.
first messages I ever got that kind of like let me realize this channel was having an impact. But real quick, just to finish with Superdog, is he was down to hang out like all the like that dude. They say the Dobermans are like the Velcro dog. They just like stick to you all the time, and he did. He was like he was on the couch all day next to me while I was working, and I swear after a while. He like figured out what I was doing for a living. I don't know. Maybe it was I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm assigning too much intelligence to him. But he used to know when I didn't have a soundproof booth when I very first got him, and I was just getting into voice acting. I just had a hey, there you go.
Dumplings 87321 just followed.
Thank you, Dumplings. I appreciate that. So that's what happens when you follow on Twitch. Nice little fun Hanna-Barbera noise. Steve's head pops up. Your username gets read out loud. I mean, honestly, I'd like to be doing like 100 followers a night on Twitch. The way that YouTube and TikTok and even Instagram blew up for me, I mean, I hit a certain point, to get to 2.5 million followers on YouTube, you kind of hit that with like, whoop, like rocket point and things take off. I'm nowhere near that on Twitch right now. I've only got like 530 followers or something, but I'm actually kind of afraid for it. Like one day, I swear I'm going to be doing this show, and all of a sudden the whole show is going to be username. That might kind of like hijack the whole channel that night. But I hope it happens. I mean, I'd love for that platform to take off. But Superdog, he was so in tune with me that when I started talking into a microphone, like it'd be on the couch right next to me, and literally like I'd start doing a voiceover for whatever I was working on that day, and he was quiet. Like he was always good and quiet. But other times, like if I was just editing, he'd be sitting there like scratching himself, and his collar would be going jingle jingle jingle, or it'd be like barking at kids in the neighborhood and stuff. But when it came time to thank you,
Sajundes just followed.
Sajundes. The text to speech makes every username sound funny. Sajumdus, but I don't know what it actually is, but I know what it sounds like. But he was so in tune with me that even at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, I wear sunglasses, throughout most of the day anyway. And then I take them off. The ones I used to have were a pair of Varnays, and I take them off and I throw them like together. And so the arm would go click, and then, I flip it the other way and I go click, and the two glasses, and the two arms would fold up. And Superdog knew that was the end of my workday. Like I would take those glasses off, go click, click. And he, like dogs, they catch on to those little cues that you don't even realize you're giving off as a person. But them like trying to communicate and understand people, like he knew that click, click was the end of the workday, and he'd hop up off his couch, and then he'd go and like walk over to where I used to keep his food. And he's like, well, I know it's the end of the day. Give me some food, and then I'll digest that for a minute, and then we'll go and take it for a walk. Like that dude was totally in tune with me, which is why it was just so hard losing him. Like he was on it in terms of knowing exactly what I was thinking, what I was doing, what I needed, how he became in tune with me as a service dog, all that stuff. Way earlier in the show, my brain is remembering a couple of things. Someone said hi from way over in
Edit
the
Scardaman
UK.
said pets are so perceptive.
Pets are really perceptive. Like I think they're, he was super smart. What was I going to say about the UK? I do a lot of voice work in the UK. Oh, I can't. That's why I didn't answer it. I'm supposed to be doing there's a new big movie coming out worldwide in next month, July. And I landed the entire European campaign for it, including the UK and parts of the United States. And I was when the person said they were watching or listening to the stream in the UK, I was going to tell you what it was, but then I remembered I haven't finished signing all the paperwork yet. I can't tell you what it is. So maybe in another couple days. But yeah, big, exciting movie I got to be a part of. So thank you for watching.
Secondee said, hi, how are you?
KBG1000 just followed.
KBG1000 just followed. I like the inflection of that text to speech is kind of fun. Like he doesn't just say oh like very robotic. He kind of, once there's three things in a row, it's like oh just followed. Like that's a pretty good text to speech. Keep doing that, people. You make me smile. If you keep going on over to Twitch and giving me follows and subscribes, if you want to be that generous over on Twitch, I very much appreciate it. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok and Twitch at Pete Gustin on Twitch. I do have a bunch of questions that were asked in the last stream that I never got around to answering. I will get to those a little bit later, staying in real time, listening to your messages right now. When I get hungry, I'm going to have to do some sort of a blind guy taste test because I got some food next to me, and maybe you guys can help me identify what the heck it is. In the news today, well, let me pop back
Colton
over.
KCW6B said Superdog equals genuine.
Yeah, genuine, smart, intelligent,
Sean-
loyal.
Scene Bingham 69 just followed.
Scene Bingham is probably Sean Bingham, if I had to guess. The text to speech is probably calling Scene, or calling Sean Scene. It could be Scene Bingham 69. When your username is taken and you need to add a number, go with 69, dudes. Thank you for the follow over there on Twitch at Pete Gustin. I made a short out of talking about my first experience on Twitch. I told you guys about it last week. I decided
At Real Tempe 1 asks Pete, I know your favorite thing is to surf. Other than that, what's your second favorite hobby?
Voice acting. Well, that's a job, but my job is my hobby. But I enjoy it. But I enjoy acting. It's funny to like, I don't know what people expect the answer to be there. I like skateboarding. I like eating out with Banana, going to different restaurants and trying different foods. I like playing with the dogs, but honestly, like one of my greatest joys in life is creating, which is like, oh, and there's another thing. I'm just reminding myself of something, but like, why do I keep doing this channel? Like, God, I've never been able to get a sponsor that stuck with me. I've never been able to monetize. I've never been able to do anything financially successful with this channel. And like, so why in the world do I dedicate so much time to it? There's a number of reasons, and I'll tell you one of them that someone sparked in my memory a minute ago, but it's because my favorite hobby, my favorite thing to do is to create and entertain. And thank you for the follow, and make people smile and, like have an impact on people's lives. Like when I was doing stand-up comedy, I used to go and, make people laugh. And I was doing, when I was a singer of a band, I wrote music and, would go out and make people like rock out and forget what, was going on in their life for a little while they listened to the music. And these videos are me creating and telling stories and passing along messages and entertaining and stuff. So that's Steve outside, by the way. If you couldn't, I can hear him loud and clear through my headphones. So like literally I spend my free time like making these videos and communicating with you guys and doing the live shows. It's super fun for me. Like I do the one on Tuesday tonight by myself. Then I get to hang out with Brooks on Wednesday and Banana comes in. And then I get like a little lonely, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's like, oh, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. So my free time is spent creating stuff and putting things into the ether and hopefully bringing some positivity and entertainment and maybe a little bit of information outside of the times that I get grumpy and yell at people and scream at them in the text messages in the comment sections when they ask stupid questions. But a while ago, 10, 15 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, someone was saying that they had a physical disability and my channel helped to keep them going. That was one of the first times I realized that this channel was actually doing things for people. I kind of thought when I very first started this January 1st, 2020, that the channel would only be relatable to, I thought it'd be relatable to surfers, which I was way wrong about. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, surfers don't even like my channel, the real surfers. But I thought that surfers would be like, oh my God, I can't imagine it doing it blind. But it didn't compute in their head, so I wasn't relating to surfers at all. And then I was like, all right, well, maybe people with vision problems will start to relate. But I got an email from a woman like really early on. Like I'd only been doing the channel for like 9 months, and she was a mom of 2 girls living in Kansas or Kansas City. I think it was Kansas. She didn't specify exactly where, but she told me that she'd been suffering from MS, and she said, your videos. Hey, I'll finish that in a second after I listen to this.
At SarahCam7808 tipped $5 through Super Chat. You also do the channel because you love us and it's okay, we love you back.
I do love you guys. I'm like addicted to you guys, listening to your messages and answering your questions and hanging out with you. It's like I have real friends just hanging out with you guys. But this woman who wrote me the letter in Kansas, she said that she had two young teenage daughters, or one was 12 and one was 13, I think. And she said that she'd been using her MS as an excuse to not do as much for them and kept putting more and more off on her husband and even the kids. And, she started watching my channel and realized that having a disability doesn't mean that you're completely unable. It means that things are more difficult. And she told me that, watching my channel and hearing my find a way message made her realize that she'd been using her MS as too much of an excuse, and she decided she was going to start being a better mom to her kids. And I remember showing Banana that email, and the two of us were like we were out at a local restaurant, and I showed that, and the two of us were like, "Oh, that's powerful!" Like I had no idea that like doing a YouTube channel, if that's the only thing I ever did, if that's like the only thing this channel ever did, it meant that like two little girls in Kansas got a little more attention, a little more effort from their mom, who decided that she could give more because she realized that, until you're in the ground, you can still keep putting your best foot forward and finding different ways to do things. And yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. You're going to have really bad days, but you can keep pushing through. You can keep finding ways to accomplish as much as you want to. And because that one woman got that message, these two little girls got a little more out of their mom. And I was like, thank you for the follow. And I was like, wow, I didn't know social media could do that. And I've always had that message from the first 9 months of me doing this channel in my head. And then hundreds, maybe thousands of messages like that afterwards. I was like, oh, this channel actually does some good. Which is why, over the years, just with my numbers, I've had people reaching out and being like, I want to manage your channel, or and try and get sponsors. And it never works out for one reason or another. Part of it's me. I'm picky. I don't want to sell you guys garbage. Other reason is just a lot of reasons, but that's why I've decided to continue doing the channel the way I have, because I understand it makes an impact. And that just, as a voice actor, Banana is a nanny, and like she gets to like basically like raise kids and have this big, huge impact on their life. Like these kids grow up, being kept safe and taught things by her. And she has like this real world impact on teaching children and making the parents' lives easier, more bearable, like everything. Like she's great. She's a great nanny, does so much for these kids and the families. And I was always thinking like, because I wasn't doing social media when I met her. I was just a voice actor. And I was like, what impact am I leaving in the world? Like in a world in theaters this Friday, tonight on Fox. Like what am I doing? What am I leaving behind? No, I was making a great living. I was enjoying myself. I was creating. I was getting to act. I was getting to put myself out there and put myself forward. But like, what impact was I making as a voice actor? And I realized I wasn't really changing the world by doing that. But by doing this channel and connecting with you guys, I mean, am I changing the world? I don't know. I changed the lives of a couple little girls and a few other people that sent me messages. So that's why I keep doing it.
Got your glasses?
Something
And
about
does
my
it matter
glasses.
which ones you get? Hope this isn't rude to ask.
Super rude. Now I hate you. No, I'm kidding.
Edit Scardaman said, we appreciate that, Pete, and all you do.
The darker the glasses, the better. I mean, I'm not.
At Elsa Morgan Pintcat
Asa Morgan.
8189 said, hey, hellos.
Heya hellos, Asa Morgan.
Danfangle 420 said, thank you, KBG.
Thank you, KBG. I don't know what you did, but it was probably something on Twitch.
At Bitcoin Bernoulli said at Joni BC, thank you.
What up, Bitcoin?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it.
Joni's
Must
probably
be great for a lot of blind people, parents, etc.
I don't know. This is what when I talk too long?
At Rira 4978 said, love you too, Sister Sarah.
When I talk too long and then I come into the chat, I don't know what's going on. So that voice is a little bit behind. If I press this button, I think I'll get the more real-time chat, or maybe I'll get no chat. Maybe I broke it altogether. Yeah, I think I broke that one. How did I
Blind
break?
Warrior 822 says, I would have to say the funniest video that I've seen yet is the one where some lady had put in your comment section, why do you use lights in your house if you're completely blind?
Oh.
The response to that video was hilarious.
That video,
At
holy
Johnny BC says,
cow.
At Spoon is not kid comfort is the biggest factor. Do they block bright light, which gives him headaches and they have to feel good on his face.
Exactly. Thank you. I didn't get around to answering that one, so Joni did it for me. I like dark sunglasses. And then people are like, well, why do you wear a blindfold? Well, first of all, I look like an idiot walking around with a blindfold all the time. And when I can, like when I'm doing the short videos, I like to show off my eyes because I still know how to like rolling my eyes, or I know how to smile with my eyes, or I know how to look pissed with my eyes. Like I know how to express things through my eyes. And if I didn't have these two giant, I'm crying from that, like 1 second of doing that. God, like just hurts me really bad. Yeah, it's annoying because I'm not getting anything from the light. I'm not able to perceive anything. I see light or dark. Um, and I prefer that to just dark. I don't like being left in the dark. But my pupils, I kind of want to show you, but I also don't want to cause myself the pain. But my pupils, normal pupils, contract when they see light. Mine, for some reason, start to dilate, and they let in more light, which is the opposite of what you want. And it gives you crying again. It gives you a headache. So what sunglasses do I prefer? I prefer the ones that are dark and keep a lot of the light
Third Zape
out.
said also, good evening.
Good
It's
evening.
nice to see you're doing well.
I'm doing all right. Cruising
At
through.
BurrowProds L7N asks, how did you go blind?
Which story should I give?
At MitchellMorger1318 said, my nickname is Frog.
What up, Frog?
At Bitcoin Bernoulli said, walking around with a blindfold would be crazy work.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Like first of all, blindfold, like you get all like sweaty like behind them, like it's hot and it's uncomfortable, and it's also just kind of like I don't know, like I'm not a character from Mortal Kombat. Uh, like just walking around with it's just weird. Like I don't know, I don't need that much attention. But most of all, I feel like it's uncomfortable, and not to go too overboard, but. During the Second World War, there was a certain group of people that had to wear armbands to identify themselves, and it's like I don't feel like I need to identify myself like by putting a blindfold on. Like I carry the blind guy stick, and then if I'm walking down the sidewalk and people need to know. But if I'm just sitting at a restaurant with banana, or if I'm on a train somewhere, like I don't want to put on a blindfold and walk around all the time. It feels mildly demeaning and stupid. And I think the people that put that in the comment section a lot are like kids. They're like, wouldn't that be super cool if you just walked around with a blindfold? You totally look like who's the character that they're always referencing? Is it like Kato or something? I don't know. There's some character in Mortal Kombat, I guess, that wears a blindfold, but I have absolutely zero interest in doing that. Like I feel like that would be kind of demeaning and not cool.
1001 asks, hey Pete, do you think your crazy ex is one of your I don't think he's blind trolls?
Oh no, I don't think she's. I don't know. I mean, hopefully she's moved on. I don't think she's in the comment section. I don't need to spend a lot of time on her, but that'd be weird if she continued to troll me in the comment section. I mean, she got a number of years out of putting me down and making me feel bad about myself and being downright horrible to me, and propping up her own self-esteem by making sure that I could never get any of my own. So if she was still continuing to try and do it in the comment section, I feel like that would be a losing battle, and I also just wouldn't care at this point.
Dangfangle420 said he don't care how he looks, he's a model literally.
I mean, are you saying I look bad tonight?
At SarahCam70
The Beanman _ just followed.
What up, the Beanman _? That's a Twitch follow right there. The Beanman. I like the I just love all the usernames. I feel like I forget Mr. Beast when I met him. Banana Lake had no idea who he was. We met him at Airac's house during filming one night, and she asked him where he came up with his username, and he said he's like, I just I forget exactly what he said. He was like, I don't know, I was a kid and I just came up with like Mr. Beast, and it's good. It's good he didn't come up with something like completely ridiculous or dumb, because then he ended up sticking with it forever and ever. It's funny. I got a new yeah, kind of. So I was gonna say, I wish I could get the backstory for everybody's weird username. Like, why'd you come up with that one? Brooks, when he's here, he's in the chat, is Sifish1, which it looks like CIFISH, which Sifish. But for him, that's a YouTube follow, making Skylar appear on the screen, I think. Thank you for that. For him, he started his YouTube channel when he was riding a Channel Islands fish surfboard. CI, Channel Islands Fish 1, because amazingly, someone had Sifish 1. Today, I'm working on a new project, which I'm hopefully going to be able to announce next week. It's been this huge, massive project, a whole new company that I'm starting, and I kind of did it for you guys. I hope you enjoy what we're going to be coming out with. I can talk about it next week. But in the literature, in the press release, Brooks is helping put it together, and he put the avatar of me, which is the black shirt, says Blind Surfer, and I'm wearing the Find a Way hat. And Nisha was proofing it, and she looked at it, and she's like, there's an old picture of you in there. And I'm like, that's kind of what happens when you start a channel at a certain age, and then you get popular, you can't change your avatar. Like I could, like my avatar on YouTube is from like 2020, I think, and I don't even know if I look like that anymore. Dank MF Angel was saying, I don't care what I look like. I mean, generally, I don't want to look horrible. Are you saying I know I need a haircut. I am getting a haircut on Friday, so we'll take care of that. Otherwise, if I got something terrible going on, let me know. But yeah, so like I thought Nisha was like, why don't you update your avatar? I'm like, well, if I update it, then a bunch of people are gonna like see the video and see the avatar is different and be like, thank you. They're gonna be like, that's a fake channel because that's not the actual avatar. You know, Mr. Beast, I don't even know what his avatar is. Like, it's not his face. I think it's like some little logo or something like that. But yeah, if your logo is your face, or if your avatar is your face, you really can't. I mean, you're allowed to change it, but I think it would confuse a whole bunch of people. So forever and ever and ever on YouTube, if I do this thing for another 20 years, old man on YouTube, there'll be a picture of me from 2020 looking like a much younger guy on the beach. Should I get to the I was gonna. You guys didn't see the surf session. 7:27. So I started like an hour. How did an hour go by already? I just did an hour. That seems very fast. I'm always shocked at how
At Rob3E said
what a-
you were handsome, my friend.
Thank you, Rob3E. I appreciate that. Rob
At My Laser Shark 8887 said good night.
Good night. Good night, Moon. Good
Blind
night,
Warrior
pal.
822 said my username comes from my Xbox gamer tag, just without the numbers.
Makes sense. Blind Warrior. Well,
Absurd Sage said,
ah,
ick about the logo being that important.
eh,
I'm not a hardcore fan,
Well-
but I know you by your name or the blind surfer more than by your face.
that's good. I was just afraid if we updated it, people would
At
start
Resonate
thinking
said had to resub for the dog magnifying glass tilted left emoji.
the dog magnifying. Oh, does it look like he's in a
At Spoon
magnifying
is Not
glass?
Kid asks, I'm assuming your watch reads out the time.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear it, right? Didn't you hear it?
7:28 p.m.
Is it too quiet?
7:28 p.m. 7:28 p.m.
It's a little quiet. So hold on, if I can do it through my phone.
Two notifications Yahoo Mail.
Oh,
7:28 p.m.
There you go. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I was told that I gave someone that helps out with the channel. I gave him the picture of Steve, and like just Steve was coming up on the screen, but he's dark brown, and whatever part of the screen it was coming up on up here. YouTube stuff happens like here in the middle, and Twitch stuff happens up here. I guess at first they were like one was on top of the other. I don't know. But people were telling me like Steve was blending into the background when someone follows on Twitch at Pete Gustin, by the way. So I asked him to put like a little circle or something behind it. So maybe he looks like he's in a magnifying glass right now. I was trying to make it. It's weird doing the channel and like trying to think visually. Like, you know, I wanted Superdog to come up when someone does 200 bits on Twitch or $3 or more on a super chat on YouTube. So like Superdog's big smiling happy face comes up, and I can actually I'm gonna oh, there's just a I'll show you. Let's see if I can reset the screen. So this. Clear. I don't want people's messages coming up on my screen. So now it just says the time, camera, flashlight, Tuesday, June 30th. So that's it should be. That should be the picture of Superdog that I use when someone does a super chat or does 200 bits on Twitch. And then when you follow on YouTube, it's Skylar's head. So these are all things that like, you know, I understand I'm on a visual medium, and it's so weird. Like I keep thinking like, well, this would be cool for people to see, I guess. And I kind of wish I could see when someone does a subscription to me on Twitch. I wish I could see what it looks like. It's been described to me. It's me riding the banana. Don't clip that. Riding the banana out in the pool. It's a big giant 6-foot blow up banana, and that's what comes up on the screen when you subscribe to me on
Thank
Twitch.
you,
I guess.
and keep doing what you do.
There, look at
Dumplings
that.
87321 just subscribed with Prime.
Wow. The ask and ye shall receive. Dumplings. Thank you very much for that. So I believe in the if you're horizontal, right about here. If you're vertical, maybe right about here. I just showed up riding a banana in my pool. Banana took the picture of me on the banana, and someone cropped that and changed that and put that up there for me. Hopefully that worked. That's what's supposed to come up on screen when you subscribe to me on Twitch, which, by the way, that's like a big, like, I appreciate that. Like, you guys making a commitment to watching me, and I try and provide entertainment, inspiration, have some fun, give you a reason to tune into this thing. more than now that I've seen that. So I spent so much time. My very first time watching Twitch, like, because my stupid phone doesn't know that I can't see. At least maybe it does, but I don't think it does. The first time I went on to Twitch, I already told you guys about this. It was just a girl, and my friend described it to me. She was doing math, and she was wearing a metal bikini. Like, literally, he described it to me like metal, and you could hear it kind of going like clank, clank, clank. And so I was on that stream. I was like fascinated just listening to her doing the math and trying to figure out like what's going to happen next. What's going on? Whoa, that is a hype train getting
Hype
started.
train started.
All right, so hype train started. That means, all right, anybody that's on any other platform right now, hop on over to Twitch. Go to Twitch at Pete Gustin and start doing stuff. Subscribe, follow, throw some bits in there. If we can get the hype train going, we can get it to another level, then we can get this thing to take off. And while the hype train is going, everybody that donates and does stuff, they get benefits and rewards. It's like kind of a fun thing for the community. So Dank MF Angel is over there modding this thing right now. Twitch at Pete Gustin. Do me a favor, go over there and go do some stuff with the hype train. It only happens for like a couple of minutes, I think. It gives you like a 2-minute window to go in there and do stuff. So show your favorite blind surfer some love. Head on over to Twitch, hop on that hype train. Might even be a treasure train. Doesn't say out loud whether it's hype or treasure. But if you go do stuff over there right now, it's fun for everyone involved. Hold on, let me put the this thing up on the screen, see if anything exciting is going on besides that. This one, when I press the button, I think the messages come up on the screen, and I think you guys can see them before, like way before it starts reading it out loud to me. I don't know why that is, unless I just completely broke everything.
Blind Warrior 822 says, just out of curiosity, what speed do you like using your text-to-speech on your phone? It sounds like it's maybe 60 or 65%. I usually do mine at 75 to 80%.
Well, that's for you guys, or not you guys. That's for the viewing audience. I keep it at, I think that is 65, which to me is like painfully slow. Throughout the day, I generally keep it. Whoa. That was startling.
Absurd Sage gifted a tier 1 subscription to Brazen Hearted.
Hey, look at that. See, this is the audience being nice to the audience and making really startling, crazy, fun noises. So if you're gifting subscriptions to other people, if you're throwing bits in there, if you're doing a follow, you're doing a subscribe, you can keep that hype train going. That was I had the volume up really high because I was doing two things at once, and honestly, I almost peed myself a little bit just then. That was a mildly startling noise. The people from Twitch helped me out because, I don't know what's going on in this thing unless text to speech is happening, unless it says it to me out loud. So they set me up with this fun browser source that has like different noises and text to speech for literally everything that happens on Twitch. See that? I know. I'm being annoying about Twitch. Keep trying to get people over there, but it's a more interactive platform for you guys and for me, because every time something happens, it makes the noise and alerts me. And there's a lot of stuff that can happen within the community. So I don't know if the hype train is still going or not, but I appreciate you guys triggering it and making it happen. So yeah, I put up the text to speech. Oh yeah, I generally go at like 80.
4978 says, hi Joni. Hope
Hi,
all
Joni.
is well.
I usually go at like 85 or 90 throughout the day, just because I'm trying to get through so much stuff all at once. But I try and
KCW6B says, what is the weirdest thing you have touched while not knowing what it is?
Weirdest thing I've touched.
At Joni BC says, Pete usually listens to text to speech at a very fast rate.
Yeah. So this is
Sajukahan 2247 says, how are you reading the chat, Pete?
Like that.
Dank
Just like
420 says, I'm modding on my dad's birthday.
Oh,
At
now I feel
Bernardi
bad.
says, I have never used Twitch. I will go install it right now.
All right, well, look at that, getting you to install the whole platform. I appreciate that. Now I feel bad. I'm making Dank MF Angel work on his dad's birthday. Now I feel like a bad person. I mean, you can go. I don't want to hold you hostage on your dad's birthday.
At Joni BC says, hi. Riri, how are you? Lot?
Yeah, on my birthday. So my birthday this year was Father's Day. And it was nice when I called up my dad to wish him a happy Father's Day, saying, happy birthday to you, happy Father's Day to me, happy first day of summer to the both of us, happy birthday to you. So he sang that to me because my birthday this year was my birthday. It was the first day of summer, and it was Father's Day. I gotta say, having my birthday happen on Father's Day was kind of like my birthday is supposed to be my birthday. Like it was supposed to be like, on that day, we like I don't know, I sound like a giant 5-year-old, but like people pay attention to me. Like it's my birthday. Except on that day, literally like everybody else walking around, it was somebody else's big day. It was like Father's Day. Like it didn't even and then we went out on my birthday in the morning. Me and Banana went out with Josh and Danny. And I'm sure you guys can tell that Josh and Danny are a chunk younger than me and Banana. And I was like, God, I hope people don't think that Josh and Danny are taking their dad out for Father's Day today, because we're all just friends. And I was like, I hope it doesn't look like he's taking his blind dad out for a Father's Day breakfast. Someone in the comments section, they're like, hey, I saw you at, and they listed the place and town that I was at. And I was like, yeah, that was me on Father's Day / my birthday. Should I get to the questions that I didn't answer last time? Oh, I think that text lady bit the dust, so it might be a good time to head on over to those questions. Yeah, I try to. What should I do first? I'll do the surfing session first. 7:37 p.m. If you guys can hear that. At the beginning of the show, which I don't think many people are able to tune in at the exact instant that the show turns on. I flipped over to the text-to-speech and it's not reading it out loud. Maybe everybody just disappeared all at once.
Ashmanboy66 says, hi Pete, have a good night.
All right, good night.
Dank Angel 420 says, already did Sarah.
You know what? You want to stick around for the surf session? Stick around for like 4 more minutes. I'll show you the surf session. So at the start of the show, I play a surf session usually, and this one was all my coaches were out of town, and I decided modest me, I was like, I'm going to get a pro surfer to take me out and go surfing with me. So I went on social media and we found this woman by the name of Frankie Seeley. And she's one of the few female pro surfers that does longboard and shortboard. And she just came down here from Orange County. She's agreed to come down and take me out there. It was her, and she was dating a guy, Hunter Hartman, at the time. They both came out, and I thought it'd be a little intimidating, just taking a blind guy in the water and being responsible for him. But I know what I'm doing. I kind of need to show them that. You'll see in this video, I think, I get all excited when I caught the first wave, because I did not want to go out there and like pooch the first wave and have them be like, oh God, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. So the first one she sent me on, I got that one. I was like, oh, first wave, thank God. Because then they can have a little confidence, like, okay, he knows what he's doing, and we just need to tell him when a wave's coming. You'll hear me, and I think it's tough to hear, so I had it transcribed as well, like closed captions. I say, like, tell me when a wave is coming, and then tell me if it's left or right. And that's really all the information that I need. So I'll play that surf session for you right here.
Yeah, so when they're coming, just give me as much heads up, paddle them out, and if you can tell if it's going to be a left or right, that helps.
All right.
Alrighty then.
That sounds good. There's a wave right here. Turn to the right a little bit.
First one. Call it out perfectly.
Yeah, called out the first one. That's what I needed. You call it out, I'll catch it. I was excited about that. Also excited about this music I found. I put the music to these things, I choose it. I kind of think of the vibe I had while I was surfing. Try and match the soundtrack to what was in my head. I felt like I was rocking out at this point.
Three feet to the right, it was already broken. 3 feet to the left, it wouldn't have any power. I could hear you the whole way. You're like, right, left, right, there.
She was putting me in a good spot. Put me in really good spots. Pro surfers know where to be in the water. It's kind of their job. Take that, Jamie O'Brien.
I literally don't know if she was saying go, go, go or no, no, no. But I win.
See it. Take that, Jamie O'Brien and Jamie O'Brien's channel and all the other surfers out there who say that I don't count as a surfing channel. I don't know what his videos look like, but I've had mine described to me, and I feel like they look pretty cool. We got drone shots, we got GoPro shots, we got Banana on the beach providing commentary. I mean, yeah, he's a million times better surfer than me, but he can see. That's not fair. Next video, Jamie, close your eyes. Let's see how you do out there with that. I am also, let's see if I can pop back over to this for a second. During that, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I was rummaging around for snacks. I got a whole box full of snacks that I was trying to dig through because I'm getting a little hungry around here. I do my whole work day, and then what did I just do? I get there's so many damn buttons around here. One second.
Big Daddy Ranger says, hey y'all, hope everyone is doing good.
Oh, it's because I had the volume down really low. That's what it was. What a Big Daddy
At
Ranger.
KCW6B says that was smooth.
Smooth. I mean, I felt like I was having there were tiny waves that day. It wasn't like the biggest, greatest day, but that actually makes it harder a little bit when you can't see the waves and they're not that big. It's a little difficult to like figure out exactly where they are. This box that I was digging for is gonna be, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna be able to show it to you because I'm gonna guess that this is the front.
Absurd Sitch says, do we know what's in the box? Or
I
is it
don't
a
know.
surprise for Pete to figure out?
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is because, hold on, let's see if I can find the right button. Is it this one?
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
Yeah, so I'm guessing this is the front of it because of the way that this opens on the top. Like if I were to pop this off, I mean, it could be that side. It could be that side. I don't think like the way this thing opens, I feel like that's the front. However, does it go this way or this way or this way? I don't know. So this is why people like do a blind guy unboxing live. Like if I was doing a whole blind guy unboxing live, you guys would be like, this is tedious. Like it takes a long time for me to like show a bunch of angles to the camera just in case one of them happens to be, correct. I can tell you it already smells. I can tell what it smells like immediately. It smells like an Oreo. It smells like an Oreo cookie. I'm starting to, in the very beginning, I was stumped a lot more. Oh, I wish I had my giant knife because this thing is not going to open. Come on, open up for me. Ooh, there we go. It rips. Now I've done so many blind guy unboxings and blind guy taste tests. I've got like,
but it's not something he does now.
It is not something I do now. I wonder what I don't do now. See, I never know what's going on.
Obama Real 7484 says hello, MR Surfer.
What up, Mr. Obama Real?
At Obama Real 7484 says hi.
That smells like coffee. It smells like coffee flavored.
At Amarthy says if I was awake more at this time, I'd watch it.
Well, you're awake now.
10,000 says were these pre-check for adult toys?
It's food. This one, everything came from Galactic Snacks, so I know it's food. It's a company that got snacks from around the country, or from around the world rather. That Oreo does not have a lot of stuff in the middle of it. Hold on, it's too crumbly.
Adasevakafisa System says this is awesome. Absurd Sitch says the name on the box isn't in English.
It's not, so I'm not going to know what it is.
Says at Joni BC, thanks for telling me it's fishing Pete. At Sillyboy D9H says hi.
What the heck is it? There's not a lot of cream there. It's like a tiny amount of cream. Is it white or is it dark colored cream? It is. Oh, there's crunchy stuff in there, which usually means it's birthday
At Amarthy
cake.
says I am indeed. 3:45 a.m. in the UK.
Whoa, 3:45 a.m. Thanks for staying up with me. All right, I would need to know what this is because I can't figure it out. At first, I thought it smelled like coffee. Now,
Absurd Sitch says it's white mostly.
Oh, it's white?
Big Daddy Ranger says, have you tried playing any goalball?
No. Hold on, I'm going to open my one of my AI assistants. I'm going to have it tell me what this box says. Because oh, shoot, I hit the wrong button. Now I'm dictating. Hold on.
At Mirabov77 says white cream.
White cream. All right, hold on. I screwed up my Gemini. Let me open it up again. Gemini. Now I'm going to talk live. Now I'm going to...
Joni BC says it's white cream.
All right. Well, is that the flavor?
Turn off video streaming.
I'm going to turn... Gemini has an error in it.
3006 says Oreos.
When you say turn off streaming, it's actually turning on the streaming.
Writing.
Okay, well, maybe my...
66 says it's 9:46 in Iowa RN.
Maybe my AI will tell me the Japanese writing. Comet, can you read what's on this box?
At Kelly D's World says the language is Korean, I think.
Comet, are you there? Oh my
Dang,
God, it's
Angel
not even
420
working at
says
all.
thank you guys for helping him.
Come on, stupid Comet,
At
are you there?
77 says white with sprinkles. I think
This
you're
is
right about birthday cake flavor.
this is why technology
KBG
is
10,000
never
says
as
looks
good
like
as a
birthday
person.
cake.
It does. I guess
At Kelly D's World says on the box.
I'm gonna try Gemini one more time. Talk live.
Says
I'm
Japanese
gonna make sure
birthday
he's
cake
there.
Oreo.
Oh, that's what it is, definitely.
At Joe Series in
Hey, Comet, are you
3006
there?
says Oreo cookies. At Banana
Oh
Wizard
my God,
R20
seriously?
says hi. I just
It's
got here.
broken. Well,
At
all right.
Colton
I guess I'm gonna have to
KCW6B
go with
says
you
Chinese
guys.
Oreo.
This is
At
what
Make It
happens
Came
when.
2026 says hi Pete Love from Ireland.
Thank you from Ireland. My very first blind guy unboxing came from Ireland. It was Brian Murphy from Dublin, Ireland sent me my very first blind guy
At Joni
unboxing.
BC says it's birthday cake.
Okay, good. Well, good. Thank you. You guys are better than the. Oh my God! Now he's here.
Brian from Dublin.
Comet. Now you're awake. Now you're responding to me.
At Resonate says red heart. Absurd Sitch says it's some
Hello?
kind of Oreo. The graphic shows what looks like a chocolate cupcake with a white
I'm
topping,
always here.
sprinkles, and
No,
a
you were
cherry on
not
top.
here. I was trying to get you to
At
answer a
Colton
question,
KCW6B says
and you were
Chinese
not
or
there.
Korean Oreos. At
All right.
Sarahcam 7808 says
All right.
What's on your mind?
Well, I was trying to see if you could read the Korean or language, whatever is on this box. Can you read it?
I see the box now. It looks like it's in traditional Chinese, not Korean. The main text says Chu Xin Mini Audio, which translates to Fun Core Mini Oreo. Is there anything specific you'd like me to know about it?
Okay, I didn't know you spoke different languages. That's actually pretty damn handy. What is a Fun Core Oreo? What exactly is this?
It seems like Fun Core just refers to the birthday cake flavor with the sprinkles in the center, as shown on the box. It's a playful take on the classic Oreo.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that was kind of worth the wait. I mean, it took forever to come online there, but it is a Fun Core birthday cake Oreo. All right, kind of worth the wait. That was pretty. I didn't know that the AI could actually like read and translate different languages. That was kind of handy. But you guys mostly had that nailed. You told me it was birthday cake, which you were right about. Which I think I can't even
At
remember because I
Resonate
waited.
says Fun Core.
What is Funcore? Because I waited so long for the robot to come on board. I think I guessed. I do think that I guessed birthday cake because of the crunchy things in the middle. Whenever there's an Oreo with
Absurd
like
Sitch
little
says, well,
crunchies.
IDK Google Translate can do image reading.
Yeah.
At Joe Shilleries in 3006 says Faye were faster. At
Faye were
Megachunker
faster.
1930 says hey I.
Hey, Mega
Lynn
Chunker.
Warrior 822 says forget seeing AI, I'm gonna have to go get Gemini. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That was pretty cool.
At Resonate says the Lensa filter translates most languages. Gemini is unreal.
Yeah, pretty helpful. Sorry, I know you're not supposed to eat like in front of other people,
At
but
Joni BC says welcome to
starving.
all who just joined the live stream.
yes, did a bunch of people just join while I was sitting there screwing with my stupid Gemini? And then they're like, I can't imagine people like coming onto this thing and not knowing what's going on. People ask me before, like, what is the show? Like, what? You know, there's shows about cooking. There's shows about like race cars. There's shows about politics. And when we were sitting down, like trying to make the show, like, you know, you're supposed to like
At
have a target
Megachunker
audience.
1930 says he said hi to me.
I did, Mega Chunker. What's going on? And you're supposed to like make the show about something. I don't know what the hell this show is about. And I'm constantly doing different things, like doing
At
blind guy
Dogamator
taste
says I
test.
wonder what's the most disgusting thing someone sent to P.
Oh, that was the fart spray. A lot of questions are kind of repeat, but I guess you know not everybody can know everything all the time. But yeah, the fart spray was the effing
At
worst.
Obama Real 7484 says it's okay, man. At
It is
Megachunker
okay.
1930 says there is 45 people watching right now.
On, I wonder what platform you're on. 45 on one platform is pretty good. So that's the thing. Like we're all like on Facebook. There's probably like 3 people watching. You're telling me there's 45. That's probably on YouTube with a or vertical.
At the Blind Husband says I use Gemini Life for everything. I
What
truly
up,
love
blind
it.
husband?
Just waiting for it to become real time and on device.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Blind
And then
Warrior
there's horizontal.
822 says are you gonna eat any good food for the 4th, Pete?
I hope so. Banana, we always host all the parties all the time. And Banana was kind of saying, she's like, I hope we get invited to a
At
party.
Lumen Music
But
says man that fart spray is rough. I pranked someone with it as well.
Yeah, that stuff, it's not, they need to warn you that that stuff is not like, that's no joke. Like the fart spray is like no joke stinky. Like um, it's like toxic. It's like hazardous. It's not even funny. Like you can't get that out of stuff. Like it does not come out. Um, what was I saying? Oh, the 4th of July. Like, we just did, my birthday was just like a week and a half ago at this point, and we did like all the barbecue ribs. And hey, look at that. I remember to put my fly up this show. That's always, every time I stand up, I'm like, oh yeah. The last thing I do before I come in here is I always take a pee because I want to have to, you guys have seen, there's a couple times when like, I'm doing the show with Brooks and he's sitting there over there next to me, and like the whole couch like starts to vibrate. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing the baby dance. I gotta go." I don't want to have to take a leak during the show, so it's like the last thing I do. Like literally the last thing I do is I run into the bathroom over there, then I pee and I come in. But I got so many things going on. I got to flip on the lights. I got to get the text ladies going. Half the time I forget to zip up my fly, so it's always kind of a win when I'm like, "Hey, I remember to do it this time." So if we were doing the 4th of July here, which we may or may not. There'll be some cheeseburgers. I will say I went to told this story too, but I went to Buffalo Wild Wings on National Hamburger Day, like a month ago, whatever, and I got a smash burger that they made that had macaroni and cheese on it, and like, man, was that a good idea? Like macaroni and cheese on a smash burger was absolutely delicious. I really enjoyed that. So the last time Banana, she cooked for us.
Says, yo, what's up?
Yo, what's
At Johnny
up?
BC says Joe. He has his vision in his dreams.
I do. I can see in my dreams. Hey, well, hold on. I'll finish the burger thought first, and then I'll go back to my dream. My dream's been freaking me out lately, like a lot. Um, yeah, the last burgers that Banana made here, she had like a can of baked bean, or yeah, she put beans on the burgers, which is pretty delicious. Gotta say, if we're doing hot dogs, my parents for my birthday sent me Omaha steaks, and I got the steaks, and I got the burgers, and I got the Omaha steaks hot dogs as well. You put those things; those are some big hot dogs. You put those in a bun, and gotta say, big fan of relish. Also like sauerkraut and mustard. I don't think I like
World says
ketchup
that sounds
on a
amazing.
hot dog. I don't think I'm a ketchup to me just like signifies
At
hamburger.
Susie RQ34 says hi.
It's supposed to be Susie Q, but you're Susie RQ. You got an extra letter in there. Susie Q, Susie RQ. So yeah, 4th of July, if I could get me a big hot dog and an oversized bun with some relish and sauerkraut and some spicy mustard, like that's a good treat right there. Dreams. I
At
was gonna tell you about my
608
dreams.
says what is up.
What
At
is
Johnny
up?
BC says his last live stream was him in the pool. He was shirtless.
I felt a little funny about it, but it would have been weird if I was in the pool with my shirt on. Like if you're in the pool with your shirt on, then people think you got something to hide. Now I don't have something to hide. That's the thing. It's kind of the opposite, but I don't feel like standing there showing off is also like not great.
At
Like I felt,
608 says, have you ranked anyone else with that crank water gone?
I felt. No, I just got the thing. I haven't had time yet. Like standing there in the pool with no shirt on for a while did feel a little weird, but it was fun right until those horseflies landed on me. Yeah, man, my dreams, they've been so weird lately. I see perfectly good in my dreams, like perfectly clear. I can read menus, drive cars, recognize people, and all the time lately, like there's only, there's people in. Oh, I have heard, I've heard that you're not supposed to. This is like the we're in a matrix conspiracy people say that you're not supposed to be able to use your phone in your dreams. They ask, have you ever used your smartphone in your dreams? And most people, like 99.9%, are like, oh my God, I haven't. And they're like, that's because this is a simulation. That's the whole conspiracy. And when I first heard that like a couple years ago, I was like, you're right. I've never used a phone in my dreams before. And then literally my dreams have just been becoming so vivid and so real. And I go from being blind throughout the day to seeing perfectly in my dreams. Then I was using my phone in a dream last Tuesday where I was using my phone to take a picture of a girl to make a birthday card. It was my niece or something in the dream. And then the next day, Wednesday of last week, I was calling someone. I did a FaceTime with them using the phone. So I feel like I've completely broken through the matrix, or the matrix is broken, or there is no matrix. But I've actually been able to use my phone in my dreams. And the weird thing about my dreams lately, I keep talking to Banana about it, is that The last time in my life that I was really able to see a number of people's faces even somewhat clearly was high school. Now I was well and legally blind in high school. I couldn't drive a car. If someone held up 3 fingers from 5 feet away, I couldn't see their fingers. But if I got within a couple feet of someone, I could see their face. And so, I was in a school with 800 and something people, and I got relatively close enough to get a pretty good idea of what all of my classmates and friends and people I went to school with looked like. And now that I'm dreaming in perfectly good vision and I see in my dreams, my brain is like, okay, well, we're going to need to put more characters in these dreams that have faces. And literally, basically, everybody I went to high school with is now ending up in my dreams. Hi, Karen Shanahan. We were on a boat ride the other day, and hi, Allie Halchek, girl whose locker was next to mine. We were also on an adventure the other day, and none of them are. It's not like those kind of dreams. They're just like regular, boring, everyday dreams, and my brain is populating them with the faces of people that I used to see when I could see a little bit. Because otherwise, if my brain was just you know constructing random faces, they might be all screwed up and blurry or something. I don't know why it's doing it, but literally, I'm just going on these random adventures with everybody I went to high school with now. Those are my dreams. They're very weird. I super duper enjoy dreaming in great vision and perfect vision and being able to drive and see in my dreams. And part of me wonders, like, am I dreaming? Like, is that the dream or is that really the real world? And when I quote unquote wake up and I'm blind, is this the dream? I've brought this up before, but sometimes I feel like this has to be the dream world where I'm a worldwide known voice actor with a popular social media channel and a great wife and a house in San Diego, and I surf blind. Like, this sounds ludicrous. In my dreams, I'm just hanging out with people I went to high school with, like just, walking down the street, shopping for golf clubs because I might go golfing on the weekend. Like, that sounds more plausible, doesn't it? I don't know. So yeah, whoever asked me about my dreams, yes, my dreams are.
Limit Music says, yeah, your brain is using the faces it has. It's normal and cool.
I don't know why my brain isn't making like new faces though. Like, why isn't it just like come up with random people? Why is it decided to go with all the people that I went to high school with? I mean, my brain isn't visually creative anymore. It doesn't know how to reconstruct. Doesn't know how to construct new people. It's just
At
grabbing
Kelly D's
old
World
people.
says it's worse than a fire you can make s'mores on.
What up, Kelly D's World? Worse than a fire you can make s'mores on. See, this is the problem with popping in halfway through. Let's hold on. I'm getting messages, and sometimes those are work, and they need me.
At Dogamator says, damn, that sucks. At Susie RQ34 says, have you played characters in
What?
games?
Oh, hold on. Now I'm getting a message from Amazon, I guess. Damn, I wasn't paying attention. You asked me something. I'm sorry. I should be paying attention to. Banana hates that. Like, whenever my phone vibrates, there's a strong chance it could be work. And when it is work, I have to jump like immediately. I have to get to what they need. Actually, I have a whole thing programmed for this live that will give me 5 minutes. If I have to do a voiceover while I'm doing the show, there's a button I press, and a pre-recorded version of me will start explaining what I'm doing as I run to go do it in real time. But what's funny? I actually checked my steps. Everybody's so into their like 10,000 steps thing. I checked my steps today, just out of curiosity, and I am
At
exhausted.
TJ Sheeble says, hi Pete. Hope
What
your night
up?
is going well.
It's going pretty good.
At Kelly D's World says, talking about why fireworks are in southern Colorado.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So I start my
At Tony
day
BC
at
says, as someone who used to be part of a pyrotechnics team, the laws are reasonable and smart. I
Used
love
to be
being
part
able
of a
to bring joy with
pyrotechnics team.
fireworks,
That's
but hated
pretty
the
cool.
people who tried to.
Oh, sorry, I lost that. Yeah, so I started the day at like 6 and I was reading until about 4, and then I decided to do my workout, and then I read for a while longer and came on here for 6 to 4, 10 hours. So like 10 hours. And I was exhausted at the end of the day today. There's, the 4th of July is coming up, the America 250 celebration. There's millions of sponsorships, all sorts of stuff going on in the World Cup. There's just a lot going on in the world. And I was like nonstop reading. And I did this on purpose. When I very first became very popular as a voice actor, I first was just sitting in the booth that I record in And I was just sitting there like all day, like in that booth, not moving, like read, edit, email, read, edit, email. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die of a heart attack if I don't move at least 2 feet. So I built a mirror studio out in my office. So I mean, I'm not going very far, but at least I'm like standing up, moving, resitting, standing up, moving, resitting. And I'd gone back and forth so many times. Like this sounds ludicrous. It's like 4 steps between the booth and here. But like I said, at least I'm moving a little bit. I checked my steps after 10 hours doing voiceovers. Then I was like at 850, which sounds pretty sad. Like, oh man, I'm not even gonna get 1,000 steps in the day. I mean, but there's a reason that when the workday is over, I go crazy in the gym. I do a workout drink. Today's was a sour apple C4 energy drink, and I do a crazy combo of weightlifting and cardio all at once because I know I'm kind of sedentary for my job. I'm not moving around a lot, and I know I need to get my exercise somewhere. So I do crazy workouts. But yeah, 850 steps for 10 hours. But that means I'd done so many voiceovers. 800, like 4 steps. I think I did like probably did like I don't know 100 and something voiceovers a day. Back forth, back forth, back forth, back forth. Although I might have gotten 100 of those steps, or maybe 150 of those steps. And I went downstairs to have my lunch, and then I'm sitting there eating my lunch, just like eating my microwave meal. And then one of the voiceover clients hits me up. They're like, "We need this immediately. It's going on the air." I'm like, "Oh my God." And I take the food and I throw it in the microwave so that the dogs don't steal it. Run upstairs, read that thing, go back downstairs, take the food out, take a couple more bites. And then a different client's like, "This is going to go in the air right away. We need you to read it right away." I'm like, "Oh my God." Yeah, it's kind of my day, just like running back and forth between the microphone and the editing booth. And my favorite is when I decide like I'm going to go to the bathroom in the middle of the day. Like I got, people do it. It happens. People go, and I go in there and I go into the bathroom and I sit down. I'm like, all right, I need like a couple of minutes. And as soon as my butt hits the seat, then it's like, "Hey, emergency voiceover. I need you to hurry up and run in the booth and get this because it's going to go in the air in 5 minutes."
Says OMG.
OMG, indeed. And then I gotta hurry up and relocate from the throne to the recording booth in a hurry. That's my work day.
Lucas Whip 13 says it's him.
It is me, and it's
Colton
you.
KCW6B says WP.
What up, Lucas?
Lucas Whip 13 said hi.
Lucas Whip says it's him. He says hi.
KCW6B says W Sarah.
Yeah, W Sarah all the time.
978 says and the worry of not getting home before my curfew. At Joni BC says Rosine. That's not how fire prevention works in many areas. It's not a debatable topic.
Yeah.
Sunrose 8 says anything good tips to keep motivation and consistency? I should really start working out again. At CZRQ3 says have you voiced characters in things?
Have I voiced characters in things? I mean, I guess. I mean, I mostly do promos, narration, trailer. I've done a couple of audiobooks, which usually get promoted down here at a certain point. I've done a lot of commercial work. I mean, I feel like the people that have been following me for a while like don't need to hear it all over again. I've done Jabba the Hutt, I've done Optimus Prime, I've been in Ben 10, I did Ugly Dolls, but mostly, I'm recording 10,000 sessions a year, and they're mostly just like promo trailer stuff. Tips on staying motivated. Like for me, like working out isn't really much of an option. I've had so many injuries over the course of my life. Right now I have a shoulder impingement that I'm dealing with, and so I have to constantly do the physical therapy to make sure that I can use that shoulder. I have a ruptured L4 disc in my lower back, and if I don't do my back exercises, that starts to seize up, and then I can't move. But also, I realized that my ability to stay active. I mean, I go out there and surf with like people in their 20s, and I want to keep up with them, and the only way I can do that is by being as fit as I possibly can. I envision. I think my motivation generally comes from like fear-based stuff. Like if I stop working out, then I'm going to fall apart and I won't be able to do the things that I want to do. And then I also, I do enjoy the workout. I love kind of slugging my energy drink at the end of the day and going out to the gym and doing a big workout. I feel good. I feel good about it. I feel healthy. I feel very strong, and I know when the weekend rolls around and I get to surf, I know I can handle it.
Lunaris Luminous just followed.
Lunaris Luminous, thank you very much. I love it when you guys follow me over there on Twitch. If you follow me on Twitch, your username will get read out loud. You'll see Steve's head, Puppy Steve, my GSP, popping up. He'll look all cute at you, and I'll say thank you very much. That's Twitch at Pete Guston. Very much appreciate that. So that's what keeps me motivated working out. And then I just, the positive side of it, all the good things that are going to come from being healthy and working out and being strong. And then motivation with work. I definitely look on the scary side of that. Like if I don't work hard, if I don't have 100 jobs, if I don't have dozens and dozens of clients and I don't have all these people on retainer and I'm not constantly auditioning and trying to find new work, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to me and Banana? Like, my life is expensive. My house is expensive. Where I live is expensive. How I want to live is expensive. And like, if I'm lazy, and I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like mining for new jobs today. I don't feel like doing auditions. I don't feel like going out and looking for new work. I don't feel like honing my voiceover craft and reading copy for no reason other than it makes me better. Then the long term effects of that are bad. I lose work slowly but surely, go out of business. And then what? Then what do I do? So for me, staying motivated isn't, it's not really a question. I just stay motivated all the time because I'm kind of afraid of what happens if I don't. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. And I don't know if that's a good thing to tell people. Like, think about all the horrible things that will happen to you if you're not motivated. But like, hey, it works for me. Talking to you guys tonight for a little while longer. Let's see what time it is. It's 8:07. I've been trying to go for 2 hours. Brooks the other day, he's like, we need to do a marathon. He was having a lot of fun on the show last week. Hopefully you guys. So on Wednesday, when I was here with Banana and Brooks, we'd hit the 2 hour mark, but Nisha had shown up and Banana was downstairs. Oh, it tastes like birthday cake. Hanging out with her.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says staying strong was helpful when I would have drunk patients pass out on me.
Yeah, I've heard that as a nurse. You need to be like a very strong. One of Banana and I's friends is a nurse, Jen, and she's tiny. She's like 5 foot, 5'1", but she's like constantly having to like manhandle people and move them around and shift them out of their wheelchair and from bed to bed. Like you got to be strong as a nurse. You can't. You don't want to be. You don't want to be weak and having someone collapse on you and then you're both on the ground. That's no good.
Sunrose 8 says, have you thought about doing a video with your coaches trying to surf blind?
Yeah, I mean I've done that.
At Mike Saya 9 says, Pete, we
What?
miss you, brother. Love
What's
you
up,
and
Mike?
Banana.
I love you too, guys. That's one of my friends from back in Boston, Mike, who made his presence known by doing a generous super chat a few weeks ago. Mike and I had a lot of fun together working at the radio station. WEEI is the sports radio station in Boston. We were both at. Mike is, do you say former military? I always forget. I don't know if you're I feel like there's an insulting term for military people. You can't say they're retired, or you can say
At
retired but
Johnny
not
VC says
former.
marathon live streams aren't doable for most of us.
They're always because they're once military, always military, something like that. But yeah, he worked at all the radios, the whole cluster. I was at WEI, WAF, WRKO. I was the creative director for WEI and WRKO. And yes, if we were to do a marathon stream, Joni, as she addresses, that's not doable for most of us. You're not required. I don't. I love and appreciate, and I know I've been doing these things longer and longer, and I don't want you, Joni, or Sarah, or Devil's Advocate, if you're in there tonight, or Dank MF Angel, who's working on his dad's birthday. I don't want you guys to feel like this is a job. Because I just don't want you to have to feel that way. I mean, if the chat goes out of control, the chat goes out of control. Like, worst things that can happen in the world. I definitely appreciate all your help and answering all the silly questions and keeping the stupid people out of there. But Brooks, he wants to do a long one day, and maybe we could do some of it up here. Maybe we could do some of it out there in the pool. But you're not required to stick around for the whole entire time. I did buy a
At
new
Pixel
setup.
Square Light says, have you ever narrated a porn film?
No.
At Sarah Cam
Do porn films have?
7808 says, yeah, I would tap out on hour 2 lol.
Yeah. Do porn
At
films
Joni
have
VC says
narration?
nursing is a great job, but it's hell on the body. My career was cut short by a back injury.
Yeah, I've heard that from that's what Josh and Danny work in payroll for traveling nurses, and so many of the nurses, their bodies, they do take a beating, which I never really would have thought of before.
Blind Warrior
Like I know that
822 says, from what I've been told, yes they.
yes, they.
At
I
TG
mean,
Sheeble says, what foods are more difficult or the same to eat since you lost your vision?
I mean, that's not a stupid question. The person that was asking before about, have I tried having my other coaches surf blind? Yeah, I've had all my coaches try and surf blind. And what happens is everybody nosedives, like consistently, 100% of the time. That's what they do. Because when you get up on a wave, you want to get into it, or if you start straight, you really need to pivot left or right, or your nose is going to hit the bottom and dig. In order to avoid that, most sighted people see the wave coming and paddle at an angle to it. I oftentimes miss the angle and just go straight because it's really hard for me to judge the angle. I can't see it coming. So I will get up and immediately twitch left or right to get my nose. I literally, like my first 2 or 3 years of surfing, I was like, oh my God, all I do is nosedive, 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 nosedive. Like I thought that was like the hardest thing in the world was to not trying to crack my back here. The hardest thing was to like not nosedive. But it's just a matter of like getting up and twitching left or right really fast to keep your nose out of the bottom of the wave. So yeah, there's like 3 or 4 different videos of my coach is trying to surf, and Josh, they call it purling. Purling is when you nosedive. Josh like, oh, I just kept purling again and again and again. The foods, it's kind of, I would say, like, I love steak. I'm a big fan of steak, and hugely love prime rib. Like, I love getting a prime rib. But I will say, like, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like, I can kind of, when I get it, I can kind of run my fork around the edge of it and be like, all right, it's that big. And then I can kind of feel my way to cutting pieces off. But then the shape of the thing's changing all the time and kind of moves around. And then the rice pilaf moves and the salad moves and there's carrots there. And like everything's moving around. I don't exactly know where it is all the time. And depending on who I'm with, I mean, I can generally make it look like I'm not a total caveman, like, oh, Pete, eat meat. Like I can make it look a little better than that. But sometimes I'm just not cutting it right. And depending on who I'm with or what's going on, I will make the decision every once in a while to just be like, all right, I'm going to get like a hamburger or a burrito. Hi, or something that I can grab with my hands, or pizza, something like that.
At Joni BC says Colton. He's answered that question many times. I know you may not have seen the videos, but they're available on his channel.
I've answered every question every time, but I guess it's good in a certain way.
Says, have you ever gone to those blind restaurants?
No, I mean, I don't need to. My whole life is a blind restaurant. I do it. I'm torn about that. Like, I do get the same questions like a lot. And I've definitely answered basically any question anybody could ever think to ask me. I've made a video about. Like, I've gotten to that point. I've done 1,400 videos. I rarely does someone ask me something and I'm not like, yeah, I've already done a whole video about that. But when someone comes along and they're asking me a question, it means that they're new and they're learning. And as long as they're coming to it like unlike, oh God, I wonder if I saved it. If they're asking it nicely, I'm generally happy to answer as long as I don't feel like it's too repetitive. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this. Where is it? That's not it. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait, maybe this is it. Detected text. Oh, wait, that's it. I can't. Where is it? There was a guy who literally... No, that's not... What is that? I thought I saved it. Some guy literally started his comment with, "Hey, loser, you're not blind." And I was like, okay, well, this guy, he's like, how could you? So he starts with, "Hey, loser, you're not blind. How could you?" And he was asking, open a package, stab a box, tell where something was, something like that. So if you're coming at me like that, if that's how we're going to start the interaction, then no, I'm not going to answer your stupid question. In fact, I went at that person pretty hard. And I think my comment was, "Tell me you're the stupidest person on the internet without telling me you're the stupidest person on the internet." Because I don't appreciate people coming at me like that, because they're obviously idiots, trying to diagnose me from watching one video. Probably some like, I don't know. So short answer is that I will answer repetitive questions, because to me it just means that there's new people out there, and you always need to grow. You always need to reach new audiences.
Having children? I think you both will be awesome parents.
I mean, I got Steve the chicken over here.
Says, can you tell me how it was playing football when you were younger? Were you experiencing sight deficiency back then?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was. See, that's another one I've answered a million times, but it's an interesting topic for me. Like playing football, I've never been that huge, so I should have been playing like safety, cornerback, running back. But I couldn't see the ball. I couldn't do that stuff. So what I decided to do was go to the gym and get really, really, really strong from the knee to the butt. I was squatting just boatloads, 495 pounds for sets. And my offense I played in high school was a triple option, so running, pulling offense. Talking football nitty gritty here for you guys that are interested. So running, trapping, pulling offense, I played left guard, and a lot of the time you're running out, you're leaving your position, you're pulling, and you try and find, someone on defense. And at that point, I could kind of see, like, if we were wearing black shirts, I could kind of find the guy in the white shirt. If we had the white shirt, I could kind of find the guy in the blue shirt. Or not kind of, I mean, I could see the person. Especially, everybody's kind of tight and bunched up, especially in the offensive line and in the trenches. Nobody's like far, far away. So I just had to like lock on to colors. and run towards those colors. And then when I got close enough, I could kind of see the shape of the person and knew how I was going to approach them, whether it was going to be a two-handed or I was going to give them an arm bar, or how I was going to get into them. There was one thing that I had to have my coaches do for me when I was playing football. Was in practice. We used to practice getting off the line as the offensive lineman, get in your stance, and they say, "Go, go, go," and that would be like you're going on 3. So my offensive line coach, Coach Manganaro, we called him Mango. I talked to him before the season, and I said during practice, I always have to go on 1, because what he would do is he'd stand facing the offensive lineman. The defensive lineman had their back to him, so they couldn't see the count. And you'd come up for the practice, and he'd go like that, or like that, or like that. You were going to go on 1, 3, or 2. But I couldn't see his fingers. I could see that he was standing there. I could see the defensive player lined up across from me. I couldn't see the person's face. I couldn't make out the details, but I could tell that they were there. And so I always asked him to send me on 1. And I don't think anybody on the team ever caught on to it. Like, hey, when Pico's, it's always on 1. Like no one ever seemed to catch on to that. And I was always afraid, like, the coach of the team, offensive line coach, he's got a lot to deal with, and a lot of people, and a lot of kids doing a lot of different things. I was always afraid that he'd, send me on 2, and I'd jump on 1 and be like, idiot, you jumped. But he remembered the entire season, every practice, I always went on 1. So that was really the only compensation I had to make at the time. And then, right after that, like right when I got into college, is when my eyesight really, I did that when I could. Like that was the last possible time in my life, from the age of 17 to 18 was my senior year of high school, and I got to play football. And then after that, like, no, my visual acuity, the hole in the middle of my vision became too big. If I tried to play my freshman year of college, which I couldn't have done because Boston University decided it wasn't profitable to have a football team, so they cut it my freshman year. But if I had decided to play for them, the middle spot in my eyesight, the hole, the void where there was no vision anymore was too big, and I would have been losing players in that void. See what this is.
At not_patches 566 tip 10 Canadian dollars through Super Chat.
Thanks, Not
Hey
Patches.
Pete, I've been watching on different accounts for a long time. Just wanted to say you've helped me through some hard times, and thank you. Much love, man.
Wow, that's very nice to hear. Well, not nice to hear that you've been having rough patches, obviously. I don't want you to have rough patches, but it's nice to hear that the videos have been helping. Talked about that a little bit earlier. Like, it's crazy to me. Just like me telling my stupid stories and sharing my life with people has been able to help them out. So yeah, I fulfill the purpose. When I go up to those pearly gates, hopefully, and they'll be like, "Did you do some good?" I'll be like, "I did a YouTube channel." A lot of people are going up there and gonna be like, "I did a YouTube channel. I got a lot of followers. I got a lot of subscribers. I made people smile." But I feel like this channel might get me into heaven. Maybe that's the hope, at least.
Fritz says favorite NFL team.
But thank you for the super
Natalie
chat
Harper
there.
Alcohol
Super
says
chats
not
on
the
YouTube,
box,
$3
but
or
what
more
is in
get
it?
read out loud. This button, once I press it, and
Family McDowell G9P says my uncle lost his vision after a motorcycle accident. All he could see from what he said was the outlines of things.
outlines.
Family McDowell G9P says you're awesome.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Colton KCW.
I mean, outlines is better than nothing, but not great. And then I think about that too. I think about, like, Steve's been going nuts outside, by the way. You guys been listening to Steve? He's been going. I think I'll go till 8:30. It's 8:20. Yeah, me losing my vision was, it just happened. Like, I had a defect on my ABCA4 gene, Stargardt's disease. It faded away. Nothing I could have done about it. I maybe could have made it last a little longer, degrade a little bit slower if I hadn't been out in the sunlight and staring at computers so much. Like, I feel like I could have made it last a little longer, but there was really nothing I could do about it in the long run. But I do wonder about that. Like, if you lost your vision because of something you did, like, I feel like that's got to be kind of difficult. There's a guy out here, another blind surfer I know. He lost his vision. He smacked himself in the head with nunchucks and somehow knocked his vision out by doing that. And then the woman told this story before. She had vision in one eye left, and she got into bed and went to like lean over to turn off her bed light or nightstand light, and her dog jumped at the same time, and the dog caught her in the eye and, like, ended up rupturing her one good eye. So in that one moment, she went from no vision in one eye to no vision in both eyes. And it's like, that's gotta be obviously everybody has to reconcile the problems that they've got in their life and what's happened to them. You can't live in the past all the time. I mean, you just can't. You can't, or you won't live. But you have to reconcile. But like that's like, oh my God, like what if I'd leaned over 2 seconds later? What if I hadn't leaned over to turn off the light? Just what if I'd moved a different way? What if the dog wasn't there? Like that is just that stuff just seems like a mind mess to me. So, hey, what's going on, Super Chat?
At not_patches 566 tipped $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
Hope life treats you well and you have an amazing week. I have to go to sleep since I have to be up in 6 hours for work.
All right. Well, you go to bed and you get that sleep. You thank you very much for sticking around. Literally coming in, dropping some Canadian dollars on me, dropping some thanks and some how do you do's. I appreciate that. 6 hours of sleep. I remember, God, taking me back in college. I used to work on like an hour or two sleep. I had multiple jobs. I was doing internships. I was at Boston University, and I used to like climb behind the mixing board at the radio station I used to work at and catch like an hour's sleep and be like, good, I am good to go. These days, if I don't get 8, and I mean like minimum 8, I'm so exhausted at the end of the day these days. Like I feel like it's exhausting being blind and doing all the stuff that I do and performing all day, like being on all day, like as a voice actor, and then doing these things. I enjoy this, and I enjoy the voice acting, but it's a lot. Like I don't throughout the day, I don't get to sit there and be like I don't get that. I'm just on all day. So by the time I'm ready to go to bed, like I try and climb in there between 10 and 11 or something like that. Like I am like, boom, done. I'm like gone, out like a light. And then I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, it was so nice being able to see in my dreams. And then I'm back to being blind again and doing crazy hard, difficult days.
And now I
But
get to
I don't
travel
have
all
any
over
problem
Ontario
sleeping.
for work.
I don't have any problem sleeping. I pass out pretty hard at the end of the night. Yeah, got a few more minutes if you guys got anything exciting you want to.
Searcher 6992 says hihi.
Hey, I like it when you make the
At
text things.
Sarahcam 7808 says nope, welcome in Compass.
Not
Sunrose 8 says
welcome in
remember to
Compass.
take a break every once in a while.
Yeah, I've gotten like ridiculously ill, maybe once or twice a year the past couple of years, and Nisha always tells me, she's
At
like,
TJ Sheeble says how do surfing competitions work if there aren't really tricks?
I don't know if I need to explain it. I mean, what? How do they work if there aren't tricks? So yeah, I was saying, because I'm not good at taking breaks or slowing down. My body just like shuts down, and Nisha's she's like, you got to listen to your body. Your body's telling you that you need a break. I've been so bad at slowing down and taking a break. I feel like I've always got so many things going on, some to do. At the end of last year, the beginning of this year, I was narrating the book Faith Kills. I put that thing out. For the past year, I've been doing YouTube and my not just YouTube, social media. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin. All the social media and my voice acting. And I've been working on starting this company, which is finally going to start next week. I've been so much starting a company, like an actual company. Like I got a new LLC. I got a product that I've developed. It's done. Like we're just getting it ready to get out there. But holy crap pants, is it a lot of work. Like starting an actual official company, like I didn't know. It's almost one of those things, like if I'd gone back a year, I'd be like, whoa, that's going to be a lot. I don't know if I want to do that, but I'll be able to announce it next week. And I really hope you guys are interested in what I got out there, because it's going to be super fun. How does surfing competitions if there's not tricks? I mean, there's tons of tricks in surfing. Like just riding the wave is a trick, getting into the right place. If you get into a barrel, catching air is definitely a trick. Doing a floater, like there's all sorts of stuff. And if you're talking about longboarding is all about tricks, walking up to the nose, different positioning, riding the board in different positions. I think that person obviously is not a surfer, because basically everything about surfing is a trick. Just surviving a big wave and, doggy dooring your way out of it, closing out is a trick.
Hey, I'm here now.
Hey, I'm here now too. Thanks for being here.
Sapero 1896 says, dude, drive over to the lake shrine in Pacific Palisades. It's that circular place with a big lake in the middle designed by Yogananda. You can go chill over there and vibe on that energy to recharge.
All right. I don't think I'm going to be driving over there anytime
says, surfing
soon.
competitions. Surfers are judged on how they surf the waves they've chosen.
That's true.
At Chincat Creates says your story is genuinely so inspiring. It would be so cool to be a voice actor. Do you think voice acting is something someone is naturally good at, or is it something you learn?
I actually think it's something you learn. I mean, there's some people There you
Ball
go.
Game 5 just followed.
What a ball game 5. Love that. That's just, that noise makes me happy. That's why I made that. I chose that noise. I downloaded, or I purchased the Hanna-Barbera sound effects. And that's one of the sound effects from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, the Herculoids. And I associated that with the Steve's head popping up and people following me over on Twitch. And now I got so excited about that, I forgot what the heck I was talking about. I was talking about surfing competitions, points awarded. I don't know. I had something else I was talking about, and then I lost my train of thought. This is what happens getting two hours into the show.
Do you ever do surf contests?
No. See, I've talked about that too. Like I've done everything as a competition in my life. I take everything as that's the person was asking. Are you good at voice acting naturally? Like, especially these days. No.
Adabuchoyt says no sound. Adabuchoyt says a muted man. Kelly D's World says what happened with the volume? Colton KCW6B says no sound. Colton KCW6B says no sound. Chincat Create says LOL you're muted. Rearimer 4978 says the volume is gone. Adabuchoyt says mute. Colton KCW6B says no sound. TJ Sheeble says mic dead. Knuckles 9367 says someone stop him lol. Captain Everything Fan 52 says I can't hear you. Colton KCW6B says no sound. 67 says no sound. Adabuchoyt says let's pause for the muted minute. Colton KCW6B says no sound. Colton KCW6B says no sound. Colton KCW6B says no sound. Cross028 says no audio. JMM Official says is the mute intentional? Colton KCW6B says no sound. Rearimer 4978 says the live is muted. Usarma Military 75 says no sound.
Yeah, we got it back.
Joni BC says I've let Pete KNKW.
Yeah, hopefully.
Knuckles 9367 says right when he started the answer.
I know. Let me know.
There
was a long answer too.
Why is the mic off? Hahaha.
Well,
Colton KCW
that's the second time that's happened to me in 2 weeks. That's really annoying.
Says he is fixing it. Haha.
Yeah, but then you get that. Then
TJ Sheeble says mic is dead, but TTS is working.
Yeah, that's annoying. Like, why is it killing my microphone?
KCW6B says no sound, bro.
Hopefully it's back now.
Colton KCW6B says no sound.
Well, it should be back now.
6527 says said hi.
Let's see.
Blind Warrior 822 says now there's severe feedback.
Yeah, okay, so you guys are a little behind.
KCW6B
Sorry about the
says
feedback.
No sound.
Sorry about that
KCW6B
feedback.
says no sound. Dank Fangel 420 says you're fine.
Okay, now I'm fine.
Usarma Military 75 says okay guys, he knows you could stop saying no sound.
No, it's I'd rather know than not.
Says this happens every now and then, he'll get it fixed.
Yeah, did I get it fixed?
YT says new. Presented says ouch. That
okay,
hurt.
Joni says it's fixed.
JMM Official says what is that?
That's
YT says now it's humming. Rearimer 4978 says booing.
That was telling me how many people were watching.
YT says it's a bad hum. Riley 0HNO says ow.
All right, so there's 31 people on the horizontal.
Says Mike farts.
Yeah, mic farts.
Warrior 822 says the audio is.
Yeah.
Encrypted says quit spamming sheesh people.
Okay, it's
Sunrose
good to
8
know.
says audio is back. Dankfangel 420 says he has plugging shit in. At Kelly D's World says app not feedback.
Oh, good. My friend that I haven't
At
spoken to in
Literary 75 says okay. You guys
and
can
forever
stop
just
saying
said that my live just hopped onto his feed. Good time to catch my live, Wayne. The moment the audio craps out. This Tascam Mixcast 4, I don't know why it does that. It, every once in a while, it just decides to, let's see if I can press the button, if this works. This thing right here is a Tascam Mixcast 4. It is designed for podcasting. And every once in a while, the audio decides to crap out. Now, there's another unit called like the Rode Podcaster or something, the Rodecaster. And I don't know if that one has the problem, but I don't feel like learning a whole nother thing and spending all the money on a whole nother thing. So I've been using this thing. It works like reasonably well, but every once in a while it decides to give me no audio. And that's so upsetting because, you know, what am I without my voice?
978 says you are back.
Without my voice, I'm just
nothing. Says wishing you well, Pete. If I ever see you in person.
I'm just a pretty face with no voice. See, this is why I check my messages as soon as they come in. Like stuff, it usually needs immediate attention. If someone is messaging me something, that means something happened right away. Now I feel like, what was the question I answered? It was a really good one. I feel like every time, last time I was telling you the whole story of the Twitch girl wearing the metal bikini, and that whole damn thing ended up with no audio. I had to retell that story. And now I don't remember what I was. Oh, I think I was talking about how hard it was to get into voice acting. Yeah, I gave you a whole story of why it's difficult to become a voice actor. But the short version, it's hard. It's not something a lot of people are naturally good at. There, you missed the 3-minute version.
At Compass South AB says I'm trying to see out of my elbow to imitate being blind. Is that accurate?
Yes, there you go.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says good night LT. I'll be heading out shortly too.
Good night LT.
At Ivory VD2 DR says said hi.
To go.
At Rearimer 4.
Oops. Yes. I mean, people love saying that, like seeing out of your elbow is what it's like to be blind. Sure. I mean, that's a good way of thinking of it, because you can't see nothing outside your. I was literally about to like wrap up and go have some dinner and hang out with Banana and the puppies and stuff, but I feel like I'm going out on a loss. I feel like I'm going out on an L. Like the stupid audio crapping out on me right at the end of the show. Like you try and build to a crescendo. You try you try and, you know, ta-da, that was amazing. Good night, everybody. And then what I did was, and the stupid thing died.
Dankfangel 420 says I feel y'all.
I feel y'all
Johnny
too.
BC says if he decides to go, I volunteer to go as he seeing eye person so Banana can just have fun.
Banana deserves to have fun.
KCW6B says I am no longer allowed to talk in portrait form, said no sound too many times. At Chincat Create says wow, what an amazing summary.
I mean, that's kind of mean.
Blind Warrior 822 says 867-5309.
I don't know why you're putting your phone number. That was not. I don't know whose phone number that was. I don't know why you're putting it up on the internet. Hopefully well, I mean, it's on some whatever platform you were on. You just put somebody's phone number up there. There was a woman who called my my phone line, which I keep forgetting to check it. We'll go through those messages tomorrow night. She called the 760-517-6844 phone number, and she's like, my phone line has been installed. My landline has been installed. Everybody call it right now. And she gave out her phone number. I don't know if she got any phone calls. I don't know if anybody called her. I don't know why she would want people to call her. But
Sage for gifting me a sub to your channel. Thank you,
hey,
dude.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate
says,
that.
Go enjoy your family. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, but like I'm still trying to recover from
says that's
from
the
that
number
loss.
from the song Jenny.
Oh,
At Joni BC says no. Banana is his wife. I'm just a long-time viewer, commenter, and now mod.
That was a
Dankfangel 420 says I've done it lol.
That was some bad singing right there, wasn't it? I'm losing it at the end of the night. 8675409. There we go. Vocal control. It's kind of important in what I do for a living. Yeah, if I'm keeping you too long, Moz, I'm sitting here trying to like regain, because I'm going to go downstairs and Banana's going to go, how did the show go? And if I go down right now, I'm going to be like, I lost the effing audio at the end. And she'll be like, oh, that's good. hard for me to focus on the positive stuff unless I go out with something positive. But it was nice to hear that one of my fun Twitch people offered or gave a subscription to someone else. Anybody else wants to go over to Twitch, you can make me smile. There you go. You can make me smile by going over there and just give me a follow at Pete Gustin on Twitch.
It says 9675309.
No, 8675309.
says what is up?
What is up? It's just me hanging, talking to all you guys.
Johnny BC says 5309.
867
says highway.
Highway. I'm on a highway to hell. You guys give me words and I'll just like sing random lyrics that are oh, I can't say that. There's a joke about that, but it's inappropriate for these
At
days.
Natalie Harper Ackroyd says, how do you know to not stab anything in the box when you do the unboxing intro?
Oh, Natalie Harper Ackroyd. Boy, are you going to enjoy the Blind Guy unboxing that I'm going to be putting out on Saturday. I give you a full-on demonstration of how I stab a box and how I don't stab what's inside it. As usual, most of the answers to most of the questions people ask, I feel like, are just good old-fashioned common sense. But I explain it. I show it in real time as I grab a box and I stab it. And then there was a box inside the box and I stabbed that one too. But what was inside? There you go.
Dean 719 just followed.
Thank you. There you go. Now I'm getting out in a smile. Now I feel good. Now I feel good and happy. But you can generally tell us that was very nice. I like when people, you ask and ye shall receive. I always like to say that when things work out here in social media. But I feel like you can tell. Like you don't have to have any special powers to like pick up a box and be like, okay, there's something here, but not here. I was gonna hop over to Twitch and see if this is me going through my
Johnny
text to
BC
speech
says
on Twitch.
CHCKNMR. Definitely send him the art. He'll have it described to him.
Absolutely.
At your all 6 says 1 second, please. I'm doing
What?
something.
What are you doing? what were you doing?
At Captain Everything Fin 52 says.
Oops. Why won't it tell me how many people are watching? It just says 5. Oh, 12. There's 12 people on Twitch. What up, people on
At
Twitch?
Ririmer
Thank you.
4978 says, loved your live Pete. Is
Hey, we completed a level.
1138 p.m. EST going to bed. Good night.
We
At
completed
Carmatha
level
Golden
1
says,
on
hey,
Twitch.
Surfer Prime.
Yo.
Devin
That's
Angel
kinda funny.
420 says, whoever put that number was messed up.
Yes. All right. I feel
At
happy.
your
I
all
got my
6
last.
says, maybe you're a government spy trying to extract information from all of us.
That's unlikely.
At Gage
Although I would
327
make a
says,
good
howdy,
spy.
Surfer.
I'd be
At
pretty
Johnny BC
pretty
says-
unsuspecting, wouldn't I? All right. I told Banana I was going to finish up at 8:30, and it is. My watch isn't talking to me. Everything's on strike. Oh, I turned the voiceover off by accident. It is. It's 8:38. All right, and I will be back tomorrow. I won't have to be without you guys for too long. Mildly addicted to liking to talk to you guys. I'm going to put the chat on so you guys can chat with yourselves. Well, hold on. Let me fire off my adios music. This is my adios and my hello music. The name of the song is called Rigatoni Ranger. Is the name of this song, in case you were curious. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with Brooks, and then Banana may or may not be coming by. And then next week, I got some very exciting news. Something I've been working on forever that I'm really excited to unveil and share with you guys, and hopefully you'll enjoy. It's going to be kicking Sam the Chicken out of here. I'm going to be getting a new sidekick on the couch with me. I'm just really excited about it. But in the meantime, between now and then, don't forget to follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin. You can follow me on YouTube too, Blind Surfer. I appreciate everybody who comes in here, follows, hangs out with me in these shows. It's a lot of fun. Banana's going away in a couple weeks, and you're going to have me like 7 days in a row, maybe. You'll be sick of me at that point. All right, I'm going to put the chat back on. I'll lower the music a little bit
At
so you
Johnny
guys
BC
can
says,
chat
have
at
a
each
great
other.
night. Y'all see you tomorrow night at around 6
Oh, wait,
p.m.
they're on the same channel. I guess I'm going to have to kill the music
At
so you guys
Mushroom
can
Valley
chat with each other.
138 says, hi.
Hi. Well, you're saying hi as I'm saying bye. All right, the music's going to go away. Oh, there we go.
Zach103 TV just followed.
Thanks, Zach. There we go. Now I can definitely get out of here with a big old
At Gage
honking smile on my
327
face.
says, peace.
Yo, peace. All right, I'm going to get out of here. You guys can chat at each other for another, I don't know, minute while I go hit end stream over on my other computer. Thank you for joining me. Love you all.
At Ririmer
Thanks for telling me when the audio crapped out. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back
TV says
tomorrow.
him late, but at least him here.
You are here, and now I'm out. Bye.